Nobody's watching yet. But should you find us on this wonderful Monday night, we're live. Welcome to the mini warm-up paint challenge on the Wardrobe and Hexy channel.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to get.
We're here to answer all your painting, miniatures, and hex encounter questions. Two viewers already.
Oh.
Guest starring Mini Warm-Up himself and the far and away front runner of the Mini Warm-Up Challenge, McMurray.
And we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
How did we get sponsors? Why am I not getting any of this sponsors?
And we have returned. Now, to answer your question, McMurray, just because we signed a new contract with our sponsors, and unless you're actually showing your face, there's no cut.
Or your table.
Hang on. I'm trying to eat. How do I?
You have to show your face.
I'm trying. I'm eating. See? Give me a minute.
There you go. Full sponsorship to you too.
God, just give me a minute so I can eat.
All right. So
Goofing off tonight, those of you out there.
Information.
4 over.
Warmup started his miniature paint challenge for the month of September, so we thought we would get on and goof off.
Yeah.
And
Brian, you want to talk about it for a second? Tell us what it's all about.
Yeah, let's get the briefing to us.
I'm
Brian.
trying to.
Come on, a little quicker.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
You guys can hear me, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So September 1st to the 30th is a paint challenge I do. It's the 3rd annual paint challenge. And it's a just for fun kind of thing. It's just to get you guys, motivated to paint whatever and see how much stuff you could paint in 1 month kind of stuff. So you could do terrain, even if you have partially painted miniatures, that's fine too. Join in. It's for everybody. All is welcome. And possibly if YouTube permits or whatever, we may do some drawings at the end. I've been reading up on the new rules with YouTube and drawings and all that. So we'll see what we can do about that. You could join the Facebook group, my Facebook group, and post pictures there. All I ask is maybe do an update at least one time during the month, just to show where you're at. That actually motivates other people when they see your progress. So yeah, that's all there is to it, man. So I'm going to be doing ACW here with McMurray. And
McMurray's going for the hat trick here this year.
He's going to go for the hat trick. Anyways, so, and he's doing the 6 millimeters. And which I guess that's okay. I mean,
wait a minute. You just told me that mine don't count.
So, anyways, and if you guys are into the point systems, because I know last time some people were interested in the point systems, it's real simple. 20 millimeter and down, it's a half a point, 0.5, and then a 25 millimeter up to 32 millimeters, 1 point. Anything beyond like 35 millimeters, 5 points. That's it. Knock yourself out. If you guys want to do the points, that's fine. Just let me know, and we'll go that. Just whatever. So. The whole idea is just get off your butt and paint. So that's it.
I had a blast last year.
Not back to try and get my information.
Richard, evening guys. Achilles, I've been trying to keep up with your all stuff on Tabletop Simulator. I didn't see you on the other night when they were playing. Stacking, where the hell do you live at, dude? Are you in Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, DC? Where you at?
Stacking Limit is in West Virginia, just like you, buddy.
Michael, his cat. Somebody. No, he's not in West Virginia.
Oh crap!
He's in VA. I know you've told me before, but I'm old, much like the rest of these guys here, so I can't remember.
You call it old, homie?
Old homies.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to know what the prize pool is.
What the what?
The prize pool is when I win this thing.
Oh. It's a good question.
Is that noise annoying?
A little bit, not bad though. What is it? Printer?
It's my paint shaker, my automatic one.
Oh, it's actually not too loud.
So, okay, World of Tanks 2.0. Yeah, yes, it's still loaded. It still gets up. Stacking. Dude, he lives near Winchester, man. We were just, I was just down there the other day down at Blue Ridge Shadows Golf Course.
Are you kidding me, Stacking Limit?
And we were there back in freaking May.
Yeah.
You're literally, I could throw a rock probably to where you live.
You could certainly hit a golf ball to where he lives. Jeff can hit a golf ball. Like, if you guys ever seen Napoleon Dynamite, Uncle Rico's talking, I can throw a football over them mountains. Jeff can do that with golf balls. Jeff looks at the Blue Ridge and goes, I can hit a golf ball over them mountains.
So we're here tonight to answer all your questions while we goof off. Or Todd's the only one playing the game. If I get bored with what I'm doing, I might switch over and do something on Vassal. But, this
Jeffy,
it's Labor Day.
What's up?
I'm listening. Go ahead.
No, I was saying we need to hear what you're painting, bud.
Oh, well, I'm painting just to have some fun. Some 6mm ACW stuff that I printed.
Nice.
I printed in like 20 minutes last night, too. I couldn't believe it.
It's pretty awesome, isn't it? Small scale stuff prints goofy fast.
Well, the problem is I crazy glued them down to these popsicle sticks with a small dot. And after I did that, I remember, God damn, these things are so hard to get off there.
Yeah. With resin, I usually use blue tack.
Yeah, stacking work. Yeah, we should, brother. We should. I mean, it took me in a camp a little while to work it out, but we should definitely get together. Definitely get together.
Okay. Let's see here. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get my little camera arm dealy set up.
So we can see what he's doing. See, Andrew will come on camera if he's painting.
Yeah, I come on camera. I was on camera with you ding-dongs when we talked about The Most Fearful Sacrifice.
Well, you were on Todd's camera.
Yeah. It's because Toddy Boy's got it set up for that. Todd has a permanent camera setup. I just use my phone, so I got to get it over the miniatures and stuff now.
Chuckles, Timmy Sales, what's up, buddy?
Charles is the man.
Yeah, Chuck. My deepest apologies, buddy, for not mentioning you and meandering Mikey-san. Really, am sorry about that. That was an error on my end. So yes, Hexy is sitting here painting. Don't get excited, everybody, because it'll probably last 15 minutes, and I'll win the contest, and it'll be over.
That is true. You did declare that last year that if you painted a miniature, you would be the winner, and then you did paint a miniature.
And I still haven't got my freaking brand new computer that Brian promised me. All right, Stacking. Can't run too far. You're not that far away.
Yeah, don't run too far. You go to Jeff's house. That's a scary, scary place.
It is.
All right.
Amp was asking me last night, well, how come you just didn't come down and we play a game? I'm like, oh, yeah. My robotic
girlfriend
here in the house wouldn't probably like that.
All right.
All right, so you're going here. All right.
Let's do this.
So, like I say, if you have questions about life or games, we're here to answer.
9.
McMurray will handle all questions about life.
3.
Hell yeah, dude.
3, 2. Support. I got support.
Brian will handle all questions about Hispanic foods.
And chicken. And mahi-mahi.
Yep. And chihuahuas.
Dude.
And chihuahuas. Chihuahuas.
Why am I sitting here painting these little guys?
Because.
What the hell is wrong with me?
I mean, a lot. Nothing to do with you painting those guys. Those are going to be awesome.
Everybody out there enjoy their 3-day weekends?
No, I worked like 43 and a half hours.
Fine.
Me. Let's see what we got here. All right, we got Grim Harbinger. What's up, buddy? Hissy Cat. Who's painting ships?
See.
Toll, how you doing, buddy?
Nice.
I see Toll everywhere. What
Believe
is
it or
like?
not. McMurray might not be
Life's a
paid these
ship.
ships for that.
When you look at it,
Oh, Jesus.
always look on the bright side of life. There you go. Hope I answered that question for you.
Shaking a post skedaddle.
Oh my goodness. I gotta breathe.
Okay.
Nerd glasses while I'm doing this stuff. So Todd,
Yeah.
why don't you mainframe that and tell everybody what the hell you're doing? William, how you doing, buddy? Happy Labor Day.
Let me get this status done here. Let's see here. Where are we? All right. So I am doing the Devils to Pay. Whoa. Devils to Pay scenario out of a Most Fearful Sacrifice. Because, it's all Gettysburg all the time now. So, and I just wanted to see McMurray. This is the one McMurray and I played. We played the whole campaign. This is the very first battle. So I just wanted to see if I could do better based on just stuff we learned. And I did do better for the Confederates, but now the Union's getting ready to they're just stomping them. They're not going to get, I may just cease playing here because they're not going to get to all the victory hexes they need to. And I just broke these guys. And they're going to skedaddle one. So
you're just
I'm just kind
smacking
of
your ETH around?
trying to do the rules that I got. So Cutler just assaulted a hill and knocked these guys back.
So that sounds about like what we had going on.
Yeah, exactly.
So I thought for sure that fixing the artillery rule was going to benefit the Confederacy a lot more than it benefited the Union.
It did initially.
Because, yeah, at the start of the game, the Union don't have any major cavalry, around. They've got Caleb's battery.
And they're split.
Which is not that, it's not that great. Well, if they're split, you can still shoot both.
Yeah, but they're two different locations.
Yeah, that's fine because you don't just shoot one hex; you shoot the entire cavalry or the entire artillery regiment. That's what we were goofing up, was that you don't shoot one hex of artillery.
Oh yeah, but you don't combine them.
Yeah. But my point is that like Caleb has maybe 6 or 8 total points of artillery shooting, as opposed to any number of the artillery regiments in Heath's division should have substantially more. You know what I mean? Heath's divisional artillery, which should all be able to fire at once,
Right.
should have a whole lot better options in terms of A, weak units to shoot at, and B, heavier strength artillery. I don't know if it's all rifled or anything, but even so, if it's not, honestly, in this scenario, it might not even be too bad once you're trying to hold that, because smoothbore artillery is good when you're shooting grape or canister.
Devin, you still on here?
So that's what I'm doing. This is by Flying Pig Games. They do a lot of good stuff. They just released Rocket Chickamauga, if you don't know. Probably do, but anyway. So that's what I'm doing here. Just trying to see if I could do a little bit better. And I kind of generally have. I knocked them off the hill instead of Murray and I, who had them on the hill for the entire freaking first day, essentially. But so I knocked them off, but now their defense is backing up on the next ridge back, which is
Just to spur off
the ripple. That's what they call it here.
Oh, okay, there you go.
In the second cut and railroad cut. So, but now I'm attacking it. It's
Is it cool seeing stuff like looking at things on a battlefield and you can very clearly picture them in your mind?
Oh yeah. Oh
Like-
yeah. Oh yeah.
RBT, are you on vacation? Do you got any of your Battleship game with you?
Hey, what's up, RVT? It's good to see you, man.
And RBT, have you given Inflection Point a look? Because I would definitely think you've got it.
And RVT, I've been asked to help proof the S3 magazine, so I'll be reading a lot of your stuff here soon. In fact, I need to do that. That'll be the thing I do when I shut this game down.
What is S3, Toddy?
It's going to be a BCS magazine.
Oh, baby. Toddy does love BCS.
All right, so I don't see it in the rules, but I was going to wonder if I could skedaddle more than I was told I could skedaddle. Like I said,
I don't believe so.
I don't think so either.
That seems like it'd be disastrous to try and do.
Well, no, I just the reason I want to do it is I want to get Pegram out, but now this guy's gonna have to go through him and panic test him.
Yeah.
Boo. I say boo to that. All right, so they're gonna go through there. And they will not be overstacked. So let's just do that Pegram test and ka-ching. Oh, they failed. So what happens when you fail a panic test?
You read what's on the QR or what's on the play aid. I think you shake and maybe skedaddle or maybe just skedaddle.
You get another shaken plus skedaddle 1 result. So they are going to battle warn.
Oof.
Oof. Hold on. There we
Yeah.
go. That's what I want.
And skedaddle 1. But they're not shaken.
You're right. They're not shaken.
Or stirred.
They have definitely been stirred. Oh, I was about to say they've definitely been stirred up, though. If they just failed their panic test, I'd consider that fairly stirred up.
Let's see. Good luck with proofing my articles. I tried hard to Americanize it, but I'm sure no, your stuff is wonderful. I agree. Reggie. Your stuff is marvelous, RBT.
Hey, Brian, look at this, buddy.
I don't follow your worship stuff that you're doing, the C's thing. I was actually offered a free key to that, but I didn't. That's not up my alley. And I know you
RVT,
love
what naval stuff do you do?
he computer game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he does it a lot. Like he spends a lot of time on that.
And
Nice.
because he's building all his own vessels and everything.
Nice.
I think
What
it's
period?
World War II. It's a
Okay.
it's a popular game. I can't think of what it's called. Just to ride. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, you all probably didn't get that as fast. Rule the
Naval
waves. Rule the waves.
stuff is
Andrew.
fantastic.
Yeah, I had to pass on that one.
Rule the waves.
Yeah. That would make sense with RTW.
All right. Let's see here. So what am I doing here? I got that.
I sent Devin the link if he wants to get on with us.
Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's a big painter now.
Yeah,
I was about to say, Devin's been painting a ton. He's been posting it all on Najee Discord
Yep.
group.
I don't know if he has
Discord.
his Facebook turned on, but I sent him the link.
Oh.
He's been painting a bunch of stuff for not Kill Team, like Sisters of Battle and stuff, and he's been 3D printing a bunch of stuff.
Right. Rule the waves. Now I'm retired. I'll be doing more war game stuff. Yeah, are you gonna step out into some other things other than rule the waves and BCS? Nope. There we go. There's the OG.
All right,
Okay,
should I
yeah.
make
There, we can get rid of my screen here.
the horses in this little Pharaoh chariot brown like this, or lighter, or like white? What do you think?
Brown and white.
I don't know if I want to make them white. That seems like it might be kind of boring, wouldn't it?
Devin, can you hear us?
No, I can't hear you. I can't see you. No. Oh, wait a minute.
You're probably safer that way.
I can hear you.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, how the hell are you?
Hey, what's up, Devin?
What's up, guys?
Hey,
Sure.
Roland, Ray. Yeah, we're talking about it, Scott. Okay, we're just jibber jabbering tonight. 19 of y'all out there in Watchland. You're hiding in the background. Say hello. Let us know who's out there. Oh, sweet, Ray. What are you playing in it? What are you playing? A scenario, campaign? What are you playing? I want to say you're playing a campaign. Could be wrong, but all right. So, Dev, how many?
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
How many ratty ass 40K players have you kicked the hell out of in the last month?
Well, I mean, I don't technically play 40K, and I definitely sure as hell don't play against 40K players. I play a game that's set in the 40K universe, but
Which is called
Kill
Nice,
Team.
like-
Kill Team. Yeah, that's right.
Well, and I also am doing Legions Imperialis, which is their 8mm epic scale. Well, I mean, in theory, I'm playing it. I haven't played it yet. But I'm putting my army together for that. So no, I just I have one guy that I play regularly against with Kill Team, and another guy who occasionally plays Kill Team with us, and both of them are good friends of mine. So it's not like I'm playing against GW randos. So I like Kill Team because it's more what I consider a true skirmish game. I mean, it's it's 40K. It's roll to hit, number of attack dice to hit. It's got a lot of the same DNA there because GW can't come up with an original idea to save their life when it comes to rule sets. But it is
Correct.
it is a more complete game in my opinion than 40K. Everything has multiple wounds. And all the weapons do variable different types of damages, and you're rolling for criticals, and everybody's got skills and abilities, and it's a good skirmish game, and it happens to be set in one of my favorite universes.
Yeah, so
40K?
let's go ahead and pop the big question here. Why did you get back into this?
Because I'm a masochistic moron.
Oh, buddy.
There you go.
Well,
Well,
I came across the Kill Team rules and realized, hey, this is a skirmish system I can get into. And I was kind of looking into it. I had a buddy of mine 3D print up some Sisters of Battle for me and some Death Guard Plague Marines. I didn't figure I'd ever play it. It was an excuse for me to start painting stuff again.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And then I found out a buddy of mine actually was looking at starting to play Kill Team from another friend of ours. So I got a hold of Brian, and Brian and I got together, and we pretty much have been playing every week for the last like 3 or 4 months.
Oh my god.
That's
I've
a
got
good
my-
feeling, isn't it?
It is. Well, I have played more Kill Team in the last 3 months than I've played board games in the last 2 years, probably. So, and I've got like 5 Kill Teams, and I'm getting ready to print up 3 more. So,
That's a good thing. We're doing stuff.
That's right. If nothing else, I'm painting, and that keeps me off the mean streets of Seattle, Washington.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So let's see. Ray, you're playing the Brockfield scenario, okay, in Rock Chickamauga, and how's that coming? Walt, before Aaron, good to see you here, buddy. Trench War. You haven't popped the seal on it yet. Chris Long loves the epic stuff, Brian. I'm sure you'll do a knockout job on him. It's a huge box of Legions Imperialis and his pile of shame. And RBT, I've been helping Carl Fung. Yeah, what's the future? I mean, I know we've seen some stuff, RBT, for the future BCS, because you know me, if they're going to go down the East Front Road, I'm all freaking in. So, love me some East Front. Todd can have all that freaking West Front stuff. Well, of course, I like early war. That's cool.
Oh, is he good? Hey, is he cat?
Ryan, get your screen up there. Let's large you. Get your stuff up there. We can show everybody. Hold on.
Get my screen up.
Yep. And Deb, you get your shit ready because we're gonna. I know you got some stuff you were painting there. Pop you up there. You're
I
live.
got transferred over from the other desk. I'm just doing the ECW Epic.
They want to see it.
Huh?
They
We want to see it.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Everybody in chat, say, we want to see it, Mutt.
That's all I got done. Was that? That's all I got.
Yeah, but to see my stuff, I'd have to
Yeah.
switch over to my phone because my camera's nowhere near my table.
No,
And
don't
what
worry
I'm doing
about
right
it.
now is I'm
We'll-
just painting the trousers.
We'll let you off the hook this time.
I appreciate
That's
it.
it.
You describe it, and we'll use our mind's eye and such.
I tell you what, I'll bring over I'll bring over one thing that I've been working on.
All right.
Sweet.
Strikecraft.
Strike craft.
Technically, it's a firestorm
It's a
Sounds like
it's a lightning falcon.
based
Oh.
on the Fire Raptor.
Oh,
wow.
I thought it was a Thunderhawk. My bad.
What,
Dude.
Oh no, yeah, no, Thunderhawk. You're
It's
right.
like the
you're right.
drop shipping aliens to me.
Yeah, kind of looks like that.
What
drop ship.
is that? What game is that for?
Legions Imperialis 8mm.
Oh, the small thing.
Yeah, the tiny tonk stuff because I'm an absolute master.
Have you played that yet, or you just playing?
It's all Theorycraft right now. No, I have not played it. I got the guy I play Kill Team with. I got him interested in it, so we both have printed up our armies, and yeah, let me grab a couple infantry here. He went kind of the smart route. He went Solar Auxilia, which is basically the IG of the time, and went full armor. So he's got like 12 tanks and a small handful of infantry. So his wasn't too hard for him to print up.
Gotcha.
But me, I decided I wanted to go Marines. Tiny infantry because I'm a freaking masochist to paint these guys.
That's the stuff you just posted. Was that what you just posted here?
Yeah. This is stuff I just posted. So, but yeah, I've got.
That's what I got. Pink.
Yeah, see, mine are a little bit smaller than yours. Yours are what, 15?
Like
Yeah.
13.
These are like
They're warlords, so it's like
13.5 or some goofiness.
Yeah,
Corvinus,
these guys.
how you doing?
These guys are 8. So.
I was about to say, hang on a second, Dev. Once I finish getting stuff onto these 2 chariots, I'll be back to painting my 6mm ACW. I did a bunch of them this morning. It's fantastic, Devin. I don't like.
No, I like painting them because it's slap chopping a little bit of detail and it looks great on the table.
So fun, so easy, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you see this? Grim, what Brian asked, what are you thinking about buying? Appreciate you being on here from over yonder too, brother.
Yeah, France 40 and Market Garden would be 2 reasons for me to try it again.
Oh yeah.
What's that, BCS?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I really should understand the system. I'm not that dumb.
You're not dumb, Toddy boy.
Well, I can't figure out BCS, man.
But you're editing the magazine.
Yeah, that's more proofing for grammar and like
No,
consistency.
it's the bait. It's the bait getting back in.
Yeah.
My little female soldier little bust that I was painting.
Yeah.
I hadn't touched it in about a week, and I looked up here last night at it, and it was just pouring fluid out all over the place.
Whoa, what happened?
Yeah.
I punched a hole in it, but I let it do the all the supports and everything, so the hole didn't come out. So it decided to find its own way out.
Did it crack on you?
No, but it was just pouring massive amounts of liquid out.
Yeah, you got to kind of watch the bigger prints because they have a tendency to do that. I actually am working on a big print right now myself. It's not going to be have that issue because it's all in parts. So,
Oh, see, like I've printed like tigers and panthers and stuff, but I just print them solid. Like,
well, if they're small little miniatures, I've discovered, and here's the base plate for it. I still need to print the driver. If they're small enough miniatures, like 15mm, you don't have to worry about it. It's when you get the big chonky stuff. That technically the quote unquote resin gets trapped in the middle and can't cure. That's when you have the problem.
see, I just when I print stuff solid, I've never had that issue. Like, I don't know if I just haven't got them. I know some people say it happens when they get hot and whatnot. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I've done a tiger, and I think I did a whole series of. I did a couple Shermans because I took a Nerds Sherman and I printed, all the different turrets with it so that I would have a Sherman that I could put any turret onto that I wanted to, and I don't know. Maybe I've gotten lucky and it hasn't blown up on me yet. But
well, were they 15mm or 28mm tanks?
28.
Yeah, even
my
at 28,
God.
you're
28mm
probably not
tanks.
going to have too much of a problem. It's when you start going over that. I think I know I know for my printer, if it's more than 6 inches thick, then there's the chance that the resin will pool in the center and you'll have that problem. It depends on your printer. It depends on the printer, the resin you're using. Yeah, I was worried about that too because I've printed a couple big things for my dad and for my mom.
Yeah.
Corvinus, I've been checking out your campaign play you're doing, because I don't know that era, and I know that you have a specialty in the studies you've done. I think I want to say that you lived over in that area. Corvinus, what's the era and what's the the nations that you're playing that campaign in, because I've been watching you do. And for those of y'all who don't know, Corv he's a big time miniature painter too. Charles actually turned me on to him, and he plays. It's funny because he draws out he draws out a campaign map, and then he puts all the armies together, and he's working his way through a campaign, whatever country or nations he's working with, and it's pretty cool to watch. His
That's
rules are pretty
badass.
simple. Huh?
That's badass.
Yeah.
I need to start watching that. That sounds like right up my alley.
I've been watching. He's pretty efficient with it. He doesn't stretch it out but the campaign's really cool. He's got armies going after different locations and stuff. There you go. Siege of Belgrade, 1521. The Ottomans versus the Kingdom of Hungary.
Oh,
And
nice.
Yeah, it's really cool, man, because he paints all that stuff, and then he, just like you guys, and he gets right after it. Walkabout. Are you using that new twistable, flexible miniature resin?
Oh, like the mud stuff?
Well, somebody's been advertising a new one here over the last 3 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've seen advertisements for that too, and the one that I saw is got a guy with armored knight on a lance, and he was bending the lance all over the place, and it's like, I don't know about that.
I was about to say, because I don't remember who made it, but there was some stuff, I don't know, I don't even remember the name. Either way, something about mud that Luke Fellows was talking about back in the day, and how he was mixing it with some ABS like gray to get a little bit more flexibility out of it. I never had the balls to do it. I just kind of did it, and the way I was looking at it is that each of those printed miniatures were like 15 cents worth of resin, and it's not a huge deal. Like,
Chris Long, what's it called? Because it's got to be that stuff I've been seeing.
I think I probably even still have a little bit of that because I got 2 half liter or 250 milliliter bottles of it and just never really messed with it too much.
Brian, did you answer that question?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, that's right. It's like you wouldn't do that anyhow, Corb. And see, Harbinger Grimm's, he's looking for some more Perry miniatures and Napoleonics. Okay, so while I don't have the vast knowledge you guys have, I think that the Perry miniatures are really good. Y'all agree with that?
Yes. I am a huge fan of Perry figures. I love their metals, and honestly, their shipping to the U.S. has always been super fast and efficient. It's kind of really awesome.
I think Perry was what I was using when I was playing DBA a lifetime and a half ago.
I think they've only ever made. Were you playing DBA in 28?
No, this was 15.
Yeah, then they weren't Perry's. I think
okay.
they only make. I think they only make 28s.
Then it wasn't Perry's then.
Other than actually, they did do travel battles.
I
saw,
like
8,
that plastic set. Yeah, those that actually looked pretty good. I was actually considering picking that up at one point.
I have it. It's pretty fun. I did the board up all pretty I flocked out the board and everything. And then I actually took and I replaced all the miniatures with irregular 2 mil stuff so that it really feels like a Napoleonic big battle. Also because I glued the plastic miniatures onto the bases before painting, which if you're going to get travel battle, don't do. It's tempting because you want to play it, but paint the miniatures if you're going to paint them. Or just toss them on there. And I use those figures. I've played it a few times. It's pretty fun. It's abstracted, but it's also Napoleonic, so I'm fine with it being abstracted.
Yeah,
So
it's baby's first Napoleonics type thing. So, yeah.
it is.
I'm cool with that. I got no problem with that.
Yeah, it's pretty fun though. Like I said, I had a good time playing it. I played it solo a couple of times, and then I tried playing it with one of my ex's brothers. Really liked playing board games, like Euro games, so I played it with him a couple times. But yeah, that's partially why I dressed it up.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Napoleonics, I got a buddy of mine who found out since I have a resin printer. Now it's like, oh, you can print up. Yes, I can print up stuff. Just give me the STLs. It's like, okay, we should start playing War Master. And if those of you that remember, War Master was the fantasy epic that GW did several years ago. And I got into it when it first came out and looked at the rules, and it's like, oh yeah, this is fantasy Napoleonics. I mean, literally, it's command and control. It's rank and file Napoleonics with spells thrown in. It's like, yeah, all right, cool. I can get in that. So I'm going to be putting together a Tomb King army for that.
There you go. There's a ton of files out there for that too.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
even on like Thingiverse, there's tons of them because I did a bunch, and I didn't want to get too into it because the guy that was wanting me to play it is not known for sticking with projects. So I didn't want to spend any money on files, and I'll be honest with you, I found some really entertaining stuff.
Can
Just
we guess who that is?
it's
No.
not who you're thinking. I don't need to go on a rant on this one.
Oh, come on.
No.
Yeah, no,
We're
it was
good.
yeah, it wasn't Captain Dipshit.
Oh, no. I was saying you said somebody that changes systems and doesn't play off.
It's not me.
See, Todd knew what I was talking about.
Oh,
No. I knew. No, I know who Andrew's talking about. I didn't know you. Anyway,
yes.
No, I did not. I wasn't going down that road.
if it was me, he would have said it.
There's a distinct possibility I would have made fun of Toddy on that one. Yeah. That's fair.
Leipzig. Okay, so this is cool because I'll tell you all that I'm a psychopath who would fight Leipzig at 20 alert. Okay. Now, granted, while it's probably not up a lot of y'all's alleys, I do know that for those of you, we've said it before, that I know Herman Lutman is working on already test playing a Black Swan Leipzig.
He is.
Oh, I think I forgot it was Leipzig.
Yep. Dude, Antietam needs to come out, man.
Oh yeah. So, I know we talked about it the other night about the DP 1 and 2 rule that I got it wrong and Herman straightened me out. But he likes the idea, and I think he's going to put that to give the players an option.
Okay, can you tell me that again, Jeff? Like what you're
Yeah.
talking about?
All right, so I said that DP1 and DP2 because I kind of associate it with the brigade coordination in GBACW,
Okay.
where you can get two brigades acting like as if they were one brigade. I took the DP1 and DP2 activations as being the same way, but there's actually a rule in which I don't know why I would have overlooked it. In Chickamauga, Rocket Chickamauga says no, one goes, the other goes. And he messaged me about it Friday while I was sitting at work saying, hey, buddy, he said, yes, yeah. I said, you got it wrong. He said, don't worry about it because it does work. And he said he's actually thinking about putting that in to the Antietam game where you can execute both DP1 and DP2 at the same time so you can get a force attack going, a multi-force attack going.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That would be cool.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. I mean, because Todd, think about when we play GCACW trying to get multiple divisions attacking.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
wait.
Makes me wonder if it could be a roll.
oh,
Hang on
hell,
a sec. I thought we talked on the live stream and somebody said that you do everything, all the phases the same, because we were playing that DP1 had to activate fully and then DP2 had to activate fully.
Well, yeah, you guys were playing it that way, and I'm the one that said no. You can. So because of the sequence of play goes fire, move, close assault.
Yeah.
That you would like if you had a DP1 and a DP2 activated. This, you would do all the firing from DP1, all the firing from DP2.
Okay, yeah.
The move, and then the assault and assault.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, Ray, I think WAG, Chris Long, I think he's using these. I think I've seen some stuff from him. Chris Long, you're using the paint pens, right?
I actually had a buddy of mine suggest apparently the AK maybe paint pens are more than just speed pens, they're actual paint.
Right.
But so he suggested I grab one and try and do the rifles are by far the slowest step in my 6mm painting,
Right.
and that really might be outstanding. I don't think I'm ever going to find one that can do the flesh very well, but the rifles would be super helpful. He suggested I get one. I got to go to Schaefer's in the morning.
Well, wait a minute. So,
You kind of got to watch that because when you initially quote unquote load the brush with the ink,
Yep.
it can overfill it and it can get real messy. So you just kind of got to be a little bit careful with those.
Oh boy, fair enough. Appreciate the heads up.
100%. I like the hats. Yeah. So Walt. So Antietam is next. Actually, on YouTube, when I posted that, meeting up a camp yesterday on Facebook and YouTube last night, Claude Whalen actually got on there because I mentioned about Herman and I playing golf, and Claude said, no. He said, don't get him into golf. He's got games to design. Leave him alone.
That's true.
Yep. So
I saw that. Yeah.
He wants to do Saratoga from the War of Independence.
Yep.
And then, like I say, he's working on Leipzig. But last time I chatted with him, I think, because we were talking, well, no, I'm not going to spill the beans, sorry. But I'll wait for him to pop it. But he's got another one that he wants to do that nobody's really covered. And then I mentioned about another one that everybody's afraid to cover because the battlefield would be massively large, and that's why nobody does it.
So that's 7 days?
No, Chancellorsville. Everybody stays away from it because it's so massive to do the maps.
Avalon Hill's done Chancellorsville, Jeffy.
Yeah, but I'm talking about a monster.
I know, I'm
Black
giving you trouble.
Swan or something like that.
Yeah, I'm giving you trouble. That would be like a 4-mapper.
Easy.
That you'd have to mess with the hex scale.
Well, that's why nobody in GBACW. That's why Stigler says nobody's tackled in GBACW. So, but if they're talking about, they put up that stuff about Red Badge of Courage about separating the maps. And,
that's fair.
Doing a small offset map for Longstreet's attack down by Blackburn's Ford. Why not? Chancellorsville, though, because if you were trying to recreate the march, Jackson's March, that's what would make the map so massive.
Yeah.
So, okay, so let's ask a question because I keep seeing this pop up. I've asked this, I think, about a year ago. And I think Chris Long's the last one I can remember answering this question. So when you guys, and I, Corvinus, McMurray, Brian, and a lot of you guys out there, when you guys, and Chris Long's on, when you guys start these, you call them projects, and I'm going to translate how I think it is you're picking an era, maybe a battle, maybe a campaign, maybe a whole war. How often do you guys actually complete your entire project? And do you constantly stop and switch to other projects? I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyhow. Do you guys constantly switch or stop in the middle of your projects and start another one?
Complete a project? I don't understand the question.
So somebody else go, because I have a really long answer that Jeff probably already knows.
Let's say on East Front, late war. Oh no. Let's go back. Let's say you're starting a painting project in miniatures for Napoleon in Russia. Okay, and you start the project and you get going into it, and then you decide to stop and start another project on Napoleon.
That's kind of the only way to do things, right?
That's why I'm asking you experts.
Very rarely have I ever actually finished a project.
Right.
So I get
this would be
shiny squirrels.
I'm going to throw this one at Mutt because Mutt always pounds me and Todd about we never finish a war game. So this would be the painting version of that, Brian.
Yeah. Well, first, I'm at that point where, I can't stand to have an unpainted miniature on the tabletop. So, yeah, when I do a project, I'm starting to lean more towards skirmishes instead of the big projects. So, because skirmishes are more, easier to reach the goal to play the game. But, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like what WAG says on there. I bounce around. So, because just a couple months ago, I was all into doing the little ACW, doing the Arizona History Civil Wars, skirmishes, and that kind of went over here. So, yeah.
Well, okay, so, and I'm sure Todd will bounce this one with me, maybe Murray too, maybe even Devin. We set up one of these campaign games, these big games, and I'm first to admit, I rarely ever take one to the end. I think Rocket Chickamauga is going to make it, but I rarely take one to the end. And because the question is, I guess when you do a project, do you just get, the only word I can think of is, do you just get bored with that project doing the same thing for about a couple months, and that's you need a break to do something else.
Ooh,
Well,
yeah.
for
I mean, I
me,
can't. I tell you right now, I'll get bored doing these little ACW things.
That means McMurray's going to make the hat trick, baby.
Go ahead.
All your
I mean,
show,
I mean,
Andy.
for me, it's kind of a combination, which is one of the reasons why I don't paint big armies anymore and just do the skirmish thing. I get bored and I want to try something new, and ooh, shiny! I need to go work on that now.
So, all right, you ready for a long answer, Jeffy?
Give it up.
Okay, so I first off, I would kind of have to define finishing the project in a couple different ways, or at least clarify. Is that finishing the figures you need for a game, or
Well,
is
no,
that
Well,
painting?
if that game, if it's just one simple game is the project, then yes. But if you're trying to create a whole big campaign thing, no.
Okay, yeah. So it's kind of a multi-part thing, right? Because me, for example, I enjoy putting games on for folks, whether that's local folks or going to a convention or doing whatever. Or, Toddy and I, right? Like when we played John Blow Gap, I painted everything we needed for that campaign. And then we played it, right? And as we were going along, we had options for more stuff. So I'd paint that stuff. So to a certain extent, some projects really are kind of living continuous works. So that kind of throws a little bit of a wrench in the painting everything for a project. But like that's kind of what I'm doing right now, right? I'm finishing up. I'm just painting more Bronze Age stuff, right? Because I want to put on a bigger Bronze Age game. I have more than enough to play. Oh God, what's it called? Lion Rampant. Because in the first 3 months of this year, I painted like 160 28 mil Bronze Age guys between Egyptians and people of, oh God, what do you call it? People of the Near Middle East, the Levantine area, if you want to go with that. Historical Israel and Judah. And now, okay, I want to put on a 6-player game, so I'm painting a couple of Egyptian chariots right now. I just finished 24 Egyptian axemen last week. So it's kind of different. If it's painting all the figures that I have for a period, no, I probably don't, because honestly, I tend to get figures from places like Old Glory where I'll get a large number of figures. I won't necessarily need all of them, but you buy them in increments of like 30. So at some point in time, I'm not going to need 30 of XYZ model, especially if I intend to play a game that uses units in increments of 12.
Right.
So if it's painting all the figures for a period, not very frequently. I can say that I've done that with a few things. There's a number of naval periods that I would consider done. Those are pretty simple because, you don't usually need to paint a lot of figures. And if you do, it's usually not entirely complicated to do so. I've done that with my 54 millimeter gladiators. Again, that's not a huge issue because there's only I think I only used 14 figures or something for that.
Right.
Some things let's see here. What's another one?
But do you? Well, here, answer this question.
Yeah.
Right there.
What question?
The real question is, how often do you rebase your stuff because you want to see it look differently, or you have new rules? And then, my big question is because so we know that I like to play the big games, the big battles, the full battle, the big campaigns, or whatever. What do you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer just to do something for one simple fight with a minimum amount of counters, or do you guys prefer to do? Oh, let's do a massive everything. Like I'm watching Corv talk about the 1809 campaign, but he's talking about one battle. Okay, so if you were going to say, okay, here's my project for today, and we'll just pick an easy topic. That's a great thing. I save that as a favorite. Let's do Gettysburg. All right. And I told you, Andrew, I said, look, and for you out there in the audience too, Andrew, I want you to I'm not going to give you any details, but you know me, and I want you to do a Gettysburg project. Knowing me, what are you going to do that at? How are you going to base the unit sizes and stuff? And will you
If it's-
even tackle something like that?
Yes, you and I are going to play Gettysburg. We're going to play the whole game, the whole damn field. Okay? You and I are going to play Gettysburg. We're going to play Gettysburg on a 4x6 or 4x8 table. It's going to be brigade scale, and we're going to play it in 2 mil. So you can get a huge battlefield feel, right? Where you've got blocks of soldiers moving around, and they can do end runs because the table and the scale is small enough that you can do that. And you can make these massive end runs around. You know, Longstreet can make his wide flanking attack, and we can fit the whole thing on the table. And I have all those figures painted. At that point in time, I just need to make terrain.
Okay.
How big is the frontage on the 2mm brigade units?
Usually an inch or an inch and a half. It is.
It doesn't seem too massive.
What's up?
That doesn't seem too massive, but okay. So
I mean,
Andrew,
it isn't, but at the same time, I've painted every brigade. I've painted enough of those blocks that we can play every brigade, every artillery battery, not
Okay.
battery, but every artillery unit at
I want to
Gettysburg.
play Gettysburg, and I want to play it in 15mm regiment level.
Well, then you're smoking crack 'cause you're going to need a whole fucking football field to play it on. Like, I don't know how to, like, that's just,
Well, never
that's
mind.
fine. But then, I mean, that's the same as like when guys say, well, I want to do Waterloo in 28 with black powder. That's super cool, man. Like, that is an awesome project to do. But that's also either a life's work or something that you need multiple collections to do, right? And, you know, they did it for the, what was it, 200th anniversary? And they did. They played on tables that were set up across an entire gym. And, you know, several, you know, I think they had 60 players or something and
Right.
collections from like just a ton of people. It was awesome. But again, that's kind of where project selection plays a part in that too, right?
Right.
Like, you don't say, okay, I want to play a Gauss system game that is the entirety of Operation Overlord. Let's go. Because that would suck.
Right.
You don't use the Gettysburg 77 advanced rules to play Waterloo, because that would be distinctly unpleasant.
Okay, but is my project doable, and how much time, and would the time and effort be worth doing?
Exactly. Just like, man, I don't really feel like playing that game. Right?
Yeah, I got you.
So it's kind of like when you,
Chris Long said, you know, over the entire year, but we only play only 3 months, and you know they paint for a while, take them up to all the thing. But so if you did something like that, that would have to be a game that would have to just stay on a table, kind of like a Hex and Counter game, for
Yeah.
months on end.
that's also one of those projects. Like, so you guys know me, I've been painting 15mm ACW and 28mm Pirates for the last 10 or 15 years. Right? And like the Pirates, for example, there's probably 300 or 400 pirate or pirate associated miniatures before you get to ships that I've painted.
David, I even want the vedette skirmishes before the battle even got going. I went early passing through Gettysburg before Heath even.
No, unfortunately, David, we don't have the East Field and all that stuff. I do have a ton of cavalry in that 2 mil that I painted for ACW, which is kind of pointless because you don't get cavalry fighting on the field with infantry very frequently. But I did do it. I think I've got 6 or 7 regiments for each side. Yeah, so Jeff, that there is a project that I did start and take to completion. Because when I started with the 2 mil stuff, I started with what we talked about with travel battles. So I guess that's a completed project too, because I did those two, like Napoleonic French and English, so that I could play travel battles with 2mm miniatures. And then also I did, for the 2 mil ACW, I took the scenario book for oh God, what am I going for here? Alter Freedom. And I found the maximum number of each unit type that you would need to play all the scenarios, right? So some scenarios you've got more artillery, some scenarios you got more cavalry, some scenarios you got more infantry, and I painted enough 2mm that I could play every scenario in there if I wanted to, right?
Right.
And that was the project. It took a while.
Todd, I have to pee. Take over, please. I know you had something you want to say.
Yeah, I mean, miniature people here can comment, but it seems to me that most kind of keep going along with Jeff's thing. It's a slow build. It takes time. You play little battles while you're building up to it, but I don't think most miniature gamers keep the game up too often. I think, maybe from day to day, but not like months.
Yeah.
I just don't see that as much.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think Brian, you sometimes keep yours up for a few days, like because you're maybe working and doing, but you're not going to leave it up like Murray and I did for months. I just don't see that very often because it's usually you play it for a day, except for like I did play in a game where a guy had a very large East Front World War II game set up for a few months only because we couldn't get together and play again, and we didn't and he wanted to finish it, so he had room to keep it set up in his basement for a month in between sessions, but that's pretty rare. Usually people play it and you just call it like, okay, I think the Russians won this one or whatever. It seems like whereas Hex Encounter, it's just, I don't know what it is. I feel like miniature people want to set it up, get it, do it, and then start on the next project.
Well, I was about to say, we were just talking about some folks who like playing things to where they feel it's a logical ending, and that's when they stop. That should sound rather familiar, given our last play.
Yeah.
But I think the easiest parallel you can make is, a Hex Encounter player with a series of games, right? Where, okay, I want to play, I like GBACW, I want to play GBACW. That's fine. Probably haven't played the full series. Like, I tried doing that with SCS over the period of, a few years. And it was fun, but I got kind of a little tired of it at some point,
Yeah.
Which again is a slight against the system by any means, but there's just the hobbies aren't perfect parallels.
Right.
And not
You're cutting in and out, McMurray. Think. Well, now you're out. I think you're frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, Camp Sawyer, I take it you got home okay, buddy, if you're still on here?
You guys are talking about the big armies. There's a YouTube channel, and I'm sure you guys know it, Todd. I know you should. Basement 1908.
I've heard of that.
That's his. Yeah, that guy puts up some, I don't know, 14, 15 foot long table by, I don't know, 4 feet, 5 feet, and he literally paints all these 28 millimeters of Civil War, English Civil War, and he does a game right there. So he's the only guy I could think of that actually sticks to it and paints up and then does, finishes the whole project. And the table looks awesome. It's pretty cool to watch.
Yeah.
Basement 1908.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
A model for completing projects.
Yeah.
I mean, let's on YouTube anyway. I mean, there's a lot of people that do it without being on YouTube, but there's only a few YouTubers that play the long campaign games and then play every scenario, like Just a Guard. I think Camp, does pretty well with that. That play the whole thing. It's just, I like what the RBT said. Our hobby is we like to start projects and move on to the next one. It's just because, work requires you to finish projects. This is our hobby. We can start and stop if we want. That's a good attitude to have. Though I do also like the attitude and the discipline of sticking to it. And I think I listened to there's a couple podcasts that have that they focus on the large games. for miniatures. And it's just, it's just kind of the hobby, is the discipline of just building the armies over time and enjoying the journey and not having to rush and buy everything all at once, and you buy it when you can get it. And I mean, I like kind of like what, I don't know, Devin, this is your thinking going into it, but it just seems like, I'm going to do skirmish because I want to do miniatures again, but I'm just going to print them or buy them or whatever you do when you can. And it doesn't seem like you're like hoarding up and buying a ton of stuff, but I may not see what you're doing.
No, pretty much the only reason I got back into miniature gaming is because I had an opponent and I had a resin printer. If I had to buy all this crap, I'd never gotten back into it. I mean, literally, my Legions Imperialis army, and I put together my 1,500 point list. I bought it from GW, would cost me over $750.
Right.
Yeah.
And
now, granted, GW is the extreme, but
yeah, and they're good models and all that stuff. But yeah,
One-page rules. One-page rules.
Hey, the Rise of the Farmermancer. I would love to get someone around here who plays OPR, because I would love to print up the Rise of the Farmermancer army list.
Yeah.
you heard it here first. He's shouting you out.
I can only imagine that McMurray is probably still over there, just talking away, not even realizing he's lost connection. Why aren't they talking back to me? Oh well.
Oh no, he's dropped off completely. But you're right. Yeah, he's probably still going. He'll do. He'll be eventually be like, why is no one responding to me?
And speaking of ACW, there, Hexy, we still need to do some Tiller.
Yeah, we did. You're right. You're 100%. I agree. You're right.
I have actually moved. I'm doing the Peninsular campaign right now.
Oh, that's a good box.
Just because I know I can do better than that idiot McClellan. So
I've got probably the last 2 updates still to run on those.
I know. Because it's like everybody, Lee was such a fabulous general in that battle. No. Lee did not win that battle. McClellan lost the battle. In fact, if McClellan had actually even been trying after the second day, it probably would not have gone that way. But the problem with Little Mac is that he believed his own hype, basically loved the smell of his own farts, believed his own hype, believed his own intel, thought he was outnumbered when he wasn't. And, it just, but the battle's not going my way. And he just failed his personal morale check after the first day. So.
I had a Stigger contacting me the other night. And he and I had a little Facebook chat. And, of course, I'm always bombarding him about the 7 days in GBACW. And he is working on it. And we were talking about those things there and, some of the fights he's going to put in there. And I think what he wants to do is he wants to put all of them, all the way from the start before Lee took over to Malvern Hill. And he said a lot of the scenarios are going to have, because, and somebody was commenting on the YouTube channel about all the SSRs, even Ross, all the SSRs for the scenarios, the special scenario rules for each of the games, each of the battles or / scenarios in GBACW. And he said that almost every one of the battles as he's doing reading and stuff are going to have something that has command issue problems.
Well, there has to be. I mean, you take a look at Lee. Lee's orders were, when he gave them, they were vague and not very well written out, because he trusted in the competency of his generals. And just look at everything Stonewall Jackson, it literally, that Sunday battle, it was the 30th, I think, Stonewall didn't do shit the entire battle. If we just base Stonewall Jackson's combat history off of 7 days, he was an incompetent moron, because he just didn't do anything. He was not as aggressive as he normally is. Now,
You did not slander cousin TJ. And Chris Long.
Now, I'm not saying that he was a bad general or anything. It just, for some reason, during the 7 days of the wilderness, it's like he completely dropped the ball. And it's like, and I get a lot of grief about this. Lee was a horrible offensive general. He was. As a defensive general, yeah, he was good. I'll give him that. He
Well-
should have been never given command of the Army of North Virginia to go that led up to Gettysburg. It just should have never happened. And like I said, everybody thinks Lee was so great because of what happened at 7 Days, but it's like Lee wasn't that great. Meade just fucked everything up. Or
Yeah.
not Meade, McClellan.
McClellan.
So, I keep saying that. Lee didn't win it, McClellan lost it. So, and
Well,
yeah,
I
I
won't
mean,
argue that. I won't argue.
and I
Now-
mean, you're right, because after the first day, McClellan just didn't. He just kind of disappeared. Didn't bother to issue any orders. No one took over command of the army. Like I said, he failed his personal morale check and just, no, I'm done. I'm done.
All right, I want Chris Long to answer this. How in the hell did you play a miniatures Napoleon's campaign over a few month period with players around the world? How did you do that? I want to hear this one while I eat my Doritos.
All right. Sorry. Have we communicated with McMurray? Does he know he's gone?
I think Devin Wright's probably still talking. He's wondering why none of us are responding.
No, dude, he probably doesn't even realize he's been disconnected. And he just still chatting away. Love him to death, but
Toddle message. Okay, so let's talk about this. I mean, I have my opinion. And I actually have, I've got two generals in mind that I really honestly thought were very efficient. I still think Lee had the brain for it because he proved himself in the War of Mexico. But I have two other generals in my mind that I think could have been just as efficient. So, who could have been a better general for the Army in Northern Virginia? So, I'll tell you what. We lost one in the Western Theater that I think was very aggressive. And the one that Lee replaced in the peninsula was not too shabby a general, but after he got wounded, things just did not go well for him. So I think Albert Sidney Johnston was a good one.
You guys suck. My phone
I think
died.
there were a lot of lower, like I think William Hardee was a good one, who was a higher ranked general at the start. D.H. Hill, even at times, proved himself to be extremely efficient. But, Lee didn't like that guy and shipped him off to the West anyhow, so because they couldn't get along. But, I'm going to go with, I don't know, I don't know if you had that many options, but I think if you give Lee, Jackson was in the valley, and he had to hastily move to the peninsula, which he did, but he struggled in the peninsula, failure to show on ties. But you know what? Longstreet was an epic failure in the peninsula too in the initial phases of it. Terrible failure. And and then you send Longstreet out west, and other than just happen to get off the train at the right time in Chickamauga, he proved to be not capable of individual command himself in Tennessee. So he's not the option. But I don't know, Albert Sidney Johnston or even Joe Johnston, before Joe got injured. I think Joe Johnston was doing a great job. What about Beauregard? That's open for comments.
Yeah,
and McMurray, you're right. We do suck.
Yeah, my phone died, and then I turned on my TV while it got some charge on it. You guys were just making fun of me the whole time.
Now, technically, I was making fun of you.
I would just real quick addendums to a couple of the points that got hit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would classify Jackson to a greater and greater extent, kind of the same way I classify Rommel, in that he did well because he never finally had to answer face the music of, oh shit, we actually are just toast. There's no way this is working out. And so where you have all these other Confederate generals again, eventually just getting ground into pulp, You got that. Okay, good job. You were a rock star when things were going good. When things started going real bad, you weren't there for one reason or the other. And then history has created this God complex around both of them. Not saying that neither of them ever faced, an uphill battle or an adverse, difficult situation, but once the music really started playing that then a lot of other people are judged by, they weren't around. What was I missed like 30 seconds in the middle of your most recent question, Jeff, where you were talking about, I think, competent generals that the Confederates had.
Well, somebody posted the question on here, who, because we were talking about Lee in the Peninsula, and Devin went on a tirade battering my poor cousin TJ and everybody at Lee.
Yep, that's what. Yeah.
Somebody chimed in and said, "Well, who would have been better to command the Army of Northern Virginia than Lee?" And that's what started the topic, which was a good topic. It's a very good topic. So here's a funny story.
Sometimes
I want to say I got this from reading Lee's lieutenants.
Oh, great.
As bad as performance was, well, there was some other stuff I read too. Apparently, Braxton Bragg was, I'm not going to say a graduate top of class or anything, but apparently he was top of class when it comes to tactics and stuff and learning. But he could just never seem to implement it. I talked about a biography on Grant. I think I'd like to read one on Braxton Bragg if there's one.
I'm sure they're around.
But what did Beauregard do to lose his nerve, Alan? I mean, him and Johnson, I thought they handled the First Manassas well. Where did Beauregard go astray? I mean, I know he was at Shiloh, right? And I think once Albert Sidney Johnston went down, he wasn't real effective at Shiloh.
Just a quick chunk on that sort of thing, because I've found myself falling for this a lot. I know that I personally don't properly understand. I feel like the challenges of shifting command in the middle of a battle when you got to go hunt somebody down, and then you take them out of what is already, or you take them out of that situation, which is obscenely complicated, and you throw them into a situation that's so ridiculously like nobody's got radios. Like, you've got reports of where stuff's going on. It might be rather significantly delayed. And you don't have the best maps, right? We're not talking about, okay, let's pull up the map for this thing. Let's pull up the map for this thing. Let's pull up the map for this thing. I don't know. I feel real bad sometimes judging people on stuff like that where, okay, turn around. You're in charge now. What the fuck? Okay. Well, I'm trying to figure out how to get my division to do stuff, because getting guys organized to do anything, and again, the era of pre-radios, pre-telegraph, pre-anything is absurd. I gotta just feel terrible for people trying to do that. That's got to be one of the most obnoxiously ridiculous tasks that I've heard of. You know what? Are you guys picking up what I'm smelling when I'm stepping in, or am I just talking out of my ass? Like, difficulties of command in a pre anything other than maybe rudimentary flag signals era sounds monstrously difficult, especially once you get up to, ACW and you got guys marching all over Hell's Half Acre in some cases.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's why I struggle with answering questions. Like, first of all, I just don't know the history well enough of even World War II to judge a general like, oh yeah, this guy's good or bad. I mean, but there's just so many things that. That's why I think you have to read several different histories and what's going on, and like, especially in Civil War stuff, like when you don't have radios and stuff. That especially, but even with radios, all the crap going on.
Well, I mean, that's my point. You get through World War II, and there's where the hell is so and so? That's a great question. You could call them on the radio if it works, maybe, but even then, how helpful is it going to really super duper be? I don't know.
Yeah, it's not like everyone had a radio.
Correct.
So we're talking about Civil War here, but
again, it's just one of those, because I found myself doing that with various other things, not necessarily ACW. I don't know it nearly as well as Jeffy Poop, but every now and then I'll catch myself criticizing somebody. It's like, shit, never mind. That'd be ridiculous. I don't even know where to begin with this.
There's a good question right there from Telemachus.
What's that?
Who was the best AC general whose career was waylaid due to unforeseen events or treachery while in command?
Irvin McDowell.
Well, yeah, we know McClellan just sort of bent him over the rails.
Well, not only that, but he got the most shit end of the stick you could possibly get when it's, hey, you got to go fight these guys. Dude, we have no idea what we're doing. We've been in Army for like a month. Hell you want me to do? Well, same with them. I get that, but that's not, I don't know. Irvin McDowell certainly isn't the worst, but again, he's one of those guys that I feel real bad for because he certainly got dealt a crap hand and then history just took him and shit all over him for it.
There was probably a bunch of them. I mean, when I look at, I mean, who's the first general in either side that just jumps right in your brain when you think of somebody that just got screwed over in a fight and it consecutively happened? How about Oliver Otis Howard?
Yes. I thought you were going to make fun of me.
No.
Yeah,
Not at
dude
all.
consistently got the shit end of the stick on deployment and just kind of general events happening. And dude,
Well-
history has just crapped all over Ollie Howard.
Well, and people talk about, and it's funny because I used to think the same thing, but how mighty that John Reynolds was. But a lot of stuff I read on, he was not that awesome. So, I'd like to know more about Bolivar, Jay, because from what I understand, he was actually, he was a better general than people gave him credit for, from what I understand. What do I hear? You get a book, Mikey? There you go. I always felt that McClellan should have never been in command. They should have left him in D.C. raising troops and organizing.
You mean
Yeah,
campaigning?
I mean, from a logistics standpoint and a training standpoint, yeah, all right, he was passable. But the problem is he had too big a head. He divinely felt he was the only person that could save the Republic. And, there is a level of narcissism there. Now, granted, all great generals are narcissists, just like all presidents are narcissists. You kind of got to be that at that rank and that high up in the power struggle. But he took it a little too far, I think.
Well, it's because he was trying to move from one to the other. But yeah, I mean, that was the joke there, Jeff, was how much campaigning he would have done more campaigning in Washington, D.C. than he did on the field. But I mean, it's true. He was getting after the presidency. That was the whole shtick for, yeah. I don't know, Jeffy Poo Poo. I don't have the Civil War knowledge that you do, especially once you hit I know just enough about Civil War interpersonal relationships and how they affected command to know that I will never know everything, and it's going to take me forever to learn.
Well, yeah, and also too, I like to think about too how many of these generals sort of, as the war went on, like Camp there said a minute about Beauregard losing his nerve, and you lose your nerve, your ability can go away too. And you got to wonder, as the war progressed, how these generals just generals that were supposedly had great abilities and generals that nobody thought had good abilities. All that changed as the war progressed, where the ones that were good or they thought were good just became epic failures, and the ones that were nobody knew anything about, just rose to the cream of the crop.
You mean like your favorite person, Grant?
Grant that's one of the most tremendous stories about it. And you got to wonder why did Lincoln not see his ability with Donelson and the two forts there? Lincoln's biggest his biggest statement about Grant was he's a fighter, right?
Yeah,
Grant was a fighter from the start.
correct. I think the issue is that he started out as a fighter that was a colonel and didn't have the diplomatic, for lack of a better term, savvy to do the Eisenhower thing as quickly, right? Because Eisenhower started out, you know, kind of World War II as a colonel, and then within 5 years he was Supreme Headquarter, Supreme Commander of Allied Forces. But I mean, Grant started out as a colonel, I believe, of an Illinois regiment, and then
Well, and Sherman almost broke down and bailed, and I think, and I know Grant did too, and I think the two of them to each other sort of convinced the others to,
I mean,
don't do this, don't leave it.
Sherman talked about that later on in the war when he said that Grant stood by him when he was crazy, so he'd stand by Grant when he was a drunk, right?
Yeah.
When Sherman's like, no, I need 200,000 men to take Kentucky quickly and safely, and everybody's like, yeah, you're actually insane. I don't know if you read the memo this morning, but you've lost your fucking mind. Which, I mean, 200,000 men could take Kentucky. I'll give him that. I'm sure that wasn't what anybody wanted or, needed to hear. But I don't know. I don't know where that sentence is going.
Well, I mean, you could probably go pick
Turned
any
out in the
era of
end.
history and find similar cases throughout any era of war when it comes to generals moving up and down, bad choice, good choice, or whatever. I mean, outside of that, I mean, like I can't talk too much about commanding officers in World War II. You know, most people that are just touch the edge of World War II history, they're going to know those names like Rommel. They're going to know those like Patton and maybe Omar Bradley. They're going to know Eisenhower. And they're going to know that kind of stuff. But that chain goes so much deeper, and you can pick any era, like I say, and that chain can be just phenomenal in size and depth of good and bad. I mean, I think about in the Peninsula with Hughie and some of the stuff that he managed to do to fool McClellan, because I know he raised hell with McClellan with some of the maneuvers he did. Maybe it was along the York line or whatever, I can't remember, but he gave him fits, and that caused McClellan to, I mean, perfect example. We know how aggressive Jackson was, how he failed to listen. How about Dick Ewell? How tremendous he was working with Jackson in 1862, and then when they started to move to Gettysburg, how phenomenal he was till he got, around Winchester. And once he crossed over the river and Gettysburg comes up, he just turned into a nightmare. And there's all kinds of cases out there. I'd love to hear, but I'd love to go back into Julius Caesar's time and find out who the failures were. I know Julius Caesar. That's where it ends. Yeah. I don't know who those lieutenants were for him. So,
well, you got some guys who really rose to the occasion, like his cavalry commander for most of his time in Gaul and everywhere else, Titus Labienus, or Labienus, however you want to pronounce it, wound up being a rather strict and abject Pompeian, right? And actually, I mean, caused Caesar really fits throughout the Civil War there once he and Pompey got into not a shooting war, but you get my point. Everybody knows Mark Antony, right? Who had, I guess, a little bit of the Grant thing going. He was a fighter, but then once you put him as a civilian administrator in Rome, and Julius Caesar's like, okay, I'm going to Greece. You need to watch Rome. Not so much. So, I mean, there's not certainly near as much documentation there, which makes that tough. But you can find it, man. Hell, I'll send you some books.
Grim, to who it Shiloh? To cause the Union to go into a delay, or cause? I mean, we know what Beauregard did with the forces after the second day rolled them. What a nightmare that was. Now I understand why people don't really like. I keep thinking of Herman's Blind Swords game the first day at Shiloh, and I'm like, I bet you they won't even make a second, because that just doesn't even make sense to make a second day, because Buell arrived with 4 divisions and almost 4. And that was it. They were done. But
I mean,
Yeah.
again, that's exactly what Grant told Sherman, right? After the first day, sitting under that tree. Well, we'll whoop him tomorrow,
Yeah, we'll whoop them tomorrow. Yeah. I mean,
and then
I wish I knew more about other eras. I mean, I like to think I'm okay with World War II, but I don't know the day. It's funny because I know more about West Front stuff, but I prefer to play stuff that's East Front.
that's
I
fair.
think it's the maneuver part of it is why I like it. And I think that's why I also like the GCACW and the Library Napoleonic Battles, because they're maneuver-based type games. But boy, Civil War, I want to play tactical, and grand tactical, whatever you want to call it. So that's a good point. I think, Mikey, you're right about that, because I remember reading something about him in Jefferson Barracks.
What's
Somebody
up?
give me a good freaking book. Somebody mentioned one the other night to me. Camp, was it you? Cousins or something wrote a book about Grant that was really good. I'm not much of a reader, but I think I would probably read something like that.
Jeff, I'm going to go down there. I'll try and make it down there tomorrow and find you a good Grant book.
I would honestly like to know more about the Western operations. I mean, I know the battles and a lot of the outcomes, but I don't know the details.
Like I said, I'll go down there. I'll try and make it down there tomorrow. Toddy, you want to go to Grant's Farm tomorrow and go to the historic site?
God, you're muted, buddy.
We are lucky there is not much in St. Louis related to the Civil War, but we do have.
I would like to go there someday, not tomorrow. But that'd be awesome. But-
Okay, Sunday's fine. Like, that's fine.
Oh, good Lord.
What? Isn't that what you just said?
Someday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Someday.
I thought you said Sunday. I was like, we can do that too. That's just the day after tomorrow. But all right, never mind. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm doing this coming Sunday?
What?
Come on. I assumed the voice.
Oh, you're playing Pathfinder with your
Yeah.
Pathfinder friend?
Pathfinder with my human investigator level 1.
Again, you just need to have him chain smoke darts and drink coffee all the time and see if anybody picks up on it.
Devin, you still out there?
Oh, that is awesome.
I'm
I
being
should play
very,
like
very quiet.
that. Are you painting?
No, I'm
Chatting?
putting stuff up on
Sleeping.
Facebook, Consim Marketplace, trying to sell some stuff, trying to
Oh.
downsize.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mike, you're right about that. Nangoya is the model for learning about an era, man,
Yeah, that's for
And then-
sure.
and then sharing it with the peoples.
The whole world, man. It's awesome.
He's one of those people like I'm just like I envy that. Yeah, that dedication there. It's pretty cool. All right, let me say, maybe I should say that in Canada. Hey, it's Ross. What's up, man? Yeah, there it is. There, Ross told us that on
That's
Saturday.
right. Yeah. Somebody said something about a writer named Cousins. I want to say it was Camp Sawyer.
No, it was Ross told us that, and
No, he said Chernow's Grant's biography, but Camp Sawyer told me about somebody the other night.
well, he was telling us we got Cousins for the Shenandoah campaign.
Oh. Yeah, you would think I would be reading all up on that stuff living in the Shenandoah Valley, but
Yeah, but
why would I do
that makes sense.
You know, I mean, you would think I would. I was looking at some of the people who've been posting on Facebook with some of the battles around here, the American Battlefield Trust maps and stuff that they were doing. I'm like, damn, I lived in Charlestown, Ranson. I mean, I knew there were little fights around there, but I didn't realize there were some that were fairly decent size. I mean, small, but decent size. Let's see. Yeah, Nanguaya's channel is definitely awesome. It's unfortunately from spring to fall, I don't get to watch it because I'm on the golf course.
His live streams are pretty wonderful every Saturday.
Think about it. From Lincoln's perspective, you just had this general who just fought this bloody battle, and plus you have Halleck telling you he's a drunk. Do you really?
Yep.
Yeah. Good point. Good point.
Again, that's why I wish I knew more about the effects of interpersonal relationships in the ACW, but that is a monstrous task to try and tackle because you really need a basic understanding of all the players before you get into the rest of it, and that is a huge task.
Well, Well, I figure if like I said, I don't do much reading, but if I get into a book and I start reading it and it grabs me right away, the odds are I will finish reading. Wait a minute, Hissy. Isn't that like leap year? Doesn't that come up every few years?
What's that?
Someday.
Oh,
You're not wrong, you see.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was Ross that briefed us in. Y'all get over to Ross's channel too. Thunder. Oh God. Oh, it'll take me a while to remember that.
I think Ross's channel name is The Thunder from Down Under.
A thunder from them.
You all right, Mini Warman?
Fall down, Brian.
Yeah.
It's your life alert.
No, I'm fine.
Didn't have a heart
Oh,
attack
wait.
again, did
Oh,
you?
wait.
oh man, the camera's not on. I was about to say, can we make a clip of it, like Ashley eating it?
Or his kids not
No,
in
it wasn't
the
anything
game
like
room.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Well,
grandchildren.
That was funny.
Mhm.
That was funny.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier, Mikey. We were talking about his campaign stuff he's doing. And it's funny too, because I love to get over there and watch people that I'll pop onto somebody's channel and I'll see a video where they're just playing some off the wall stuff, and I'll sit there and it's stuff that you would probably never catch me going and reading about or look it up, and I end up watching the whole thing because it was interesting as hell. And Corvinus, he's one of those ones that does that. So.
And here I am playing naval games on lakes in 1915, and they all think I'm insane.
Lakes in 1915.
Tanganyika, baby.
Stuff.
Oh, there's another completed project that I'm about to restart because David Manley put out all the models in STLs, and so I'm going to reprint all the figures and play it again because it was wonderful to play.
Oh, there's Ashley right there. Or it's probably Greg. Might be Ashley. No, it's Ashley.
Yeah, it's Ashley. What's up, Ashley?
I don't think I noticed you got.
Hey, Ashley.
I didn't notice you got a new logo. That's cool.
How's Greg doing? Because he was in the hospital with swollen jaw and all that stuff.
Oh,
High blood
dang.
pressure.
Oh, did you finally pop him in the jaw?
Yeah.
I saw that you
Oh,
said
yeah,
there was no
abscess
stream
tooth.
because of Greg's medical stuff. I hope he is doing good.
I did not know this. Nobody
His
told me.
blood pressure was like 220 over 117 or something. It was up there.
Hey, HIPAA, bro. HIPAA. I'm just teasing.
Hey, Corv, why don't you know what? I listen to you talk when you're doing painting. Why don't you write a damn book? Because I got a feeling you probably could, because I know you can translate a lot of the stuff. So. Oh, better yet, why don't you create a miniatures battle book with all the scenarios of that stuff you're playing?
Hell yeah.
War game book.
That'll be awesome. Then there'll be another project for me to not complete. Oh, that was my thing for project completion. I'm pretty good at completing projects when it's okay, I want to put this on at this convention, right? I do get into some of Jeffy's analysis paralysis with rules occasionally, but my favorite thing to do to make significant headway on projects is to have all the stuff I need to do or get painted or get done, prime it all, and then I just leave it in real visible places. Right?
Okay, yeah. Yeah. So I was going to ask that earlier. When you guys get done with all these projects and you're done, you played your games or whatever you've done, what the hell do you do with all these miniatures once you're done with it?
Well, Todd leaves them at my house.
Right, you know that. That's the smart solution.
Yeah. They go back into their boxes just like war games.
Yeah, exactly. They just might take up a little bit more room, but not if you do small scale.
Yeah, boxes or cases. Some people, by all means, have big, display things like you'd see in a store or barristers' bookshelves. I'm not quite that fancy. I don't have $700 to spend on a bookshelf. I would love to. I used to get on Facebook Marketplace all the time and look for barristers' bookshelves, which, for those of you who are confused by what the hell I'm talking about, barristers' bookshelves are the wooden bookshelves that then have the glass doors that you can raise and then slide back. That being said, with the rise of Amazon and IKEA and stuff, I haven't noticed a lot more people getting, big clear glass or plexiglass kind of display cases for their figures. That would be cool. I don't quite have, I don't know, I got a lot of crap. Like I said, I think I was telling Todd about this. I didn't realize quite how many painted miniatures I have, but after, however many, a couple of decades, it makes sense. But well, they go
Yep.
back into their boxes, back into their homes, all happy and safe until it's time for them to get played again.
I think a tour of that would be interesting someday on some stream.
That's fair.
Because it was pretty impressive seeing that stuff. Because you're getting stuff more organized and you're kind of working on your house and stuff. So
Yeah.
I think that would be a fun thing. I think people would enjoy seeing all the different minis you have.
That is certainly something that we've talked about in the past, is doing, collection tours or whatever with McMurray, because we did that a couple times with Chris with like the Victorian sci-fi and whatnot. Right? Where I just kind of pulled out a bunch of stuff. I was standing there next to the wall and just pulled out a bunch of stuff and held it up where the light was real good. That would be fun. I'd like to do that. We could certainly, that back room is opened up enough now that we could certainly cover some of the smaller collections. That'd be cool, Todd. Do you want to do a bunch of shorts or like Friday McMurray collection videos?
Could do something like that.
There you go.
That'd be really cool. We could record a piss load of them at once too, and then you could just break them up for distribution.
Yeah, cool.
I need to re-video my game room, but it's so disorganized right now.
Yeah, it's fine. I've been in it. It looks pretty good. Nobody's as organized as Todd. Holy smokes.
Oh, well.
Oh, I don't know. Jeff's looks pretty good. I was pretty envious of Jeff's when we were there.
That's true.
So it's those, yeah. I think I'm always going to think someone else's organization method and sorting system is always neater than mine. I'm just always going to think that.
Yeah,
That's
but Todd,
fair.
you're the one thing you've got on all of us is you for storage, you tend to test multiple systems. So you should be the knowledge base on how to
Well-
store things, in my opinion. It's funny,
Well,
I had to laugh, McMurray. You said when you mentioned me about helping you out with those tray printings, and then you sent me the picture, they were flat packs. I was like, oh, can't help you there, buddy.
Yeah, it's well, that's my point, is that I was hoping I need to figure out, like, my thought was doing like a tray base. I need to double check and make sure my printer can handle it. But it would be cool to essentially just print a game box, right? Where there's a lid that's a fixed size and depth,
Sure.
and then depending on the number of counters I need, I can adjust the X height of the box.
So the problem is you and I, neither one of us has a printer that's good, because those flat packs, the maps aren't folded at a standard box size.
I know. That's what's messing with me. And I don't know if they're all like that inside of there. That's the thing. I haven't opened it up. I don't know if all of the maps are big or if they're folded to flat pack size, which would completely derail that idea.
Oh, here we go. I tell you what, Tolemachus comes up with good ones. Why did Lincoln, a seemingly brilliant, pragmatic leader, repeatedly promote and retain generals who were clearly inept, prolonging the war and costing thousands of lives?
1864. I would credit that directly with 1864. The man knew he was going to have to get reelected. And so he needed to do things to make sure that some people weren't going to entirely try and torpedo that, like McClellan wound up trying to do, right?
Right.
Like, imagine if he couldn't have gone to states that, weren't super duper duper happy with Lincoln, right? Like, you get political generals out of New York, because New York was a state Lincoln wasn't sure he was going to win. And it was a very popular state that had a whole lot of problems, right? You got draft riots, everything else. Well, if you got New Yorkers in positions that are, okay, Lincoln put him in that position. Now he's in the paper doing good stuff.
Right.
It helps that out a little bit.
Okay, so let's. Okay, so I see. I'm going to show this again. Let me drag this thing out. I haven't messed with it in a little while, and I need to. But I I told you all a while back I bought the Modi Box system online for the 3D printer, and that belly,
There we go.
and the 3D print all this stuff. So I printed there. You see these multiple tiers of this thing, right? Well, and I need to do some more stuff, but these were my 6mm World War II stuff, and you create all the little locks on here. Let me get it open first. I forgot how to do that. But it has these little latches that you can build on the side. All right. I just slide the top off, and inside you got the trays that all stack. All right. So, and they have these little chutes that you put in here. So let me pull. There's one. All right. Nothing in there. Nothing here. So you can do these kind of little trays here, little storage bins. All right. More of the little slide things. I have these set up for, I think, my 6mm. And then
Holy
shit.
shit.
Here, I've got tank platoons in here. I've got infantry teams in here. I've got my M8 scout cars and stuff in here. I just haven't painted or printed any of the 6mm stuff, but the stuff just, you get your slides in and out. Pull your little 6mm tanks out, and I printed custom bases for them, and they just slide right back in. And then when all that stuff's together, stacked, and you lock it down, you got a nice little handy tote to carry your stuff around. And I'm telling you what, there's over 2,000 files in this thing. I think I paid
Holy shit.
$80 for the whole shebang. And I print the stuff on my 2 little printers here. And let me tell you something. I'm not a miniatures player like a lot of you guys are, but you don't have to print these handles. I mean, you can just print them flat, and they have so many different formats that you can do for this stuff. But there you go. It's called Modi Box, and I think it's worth it because you can so many other things storage wise you can print for that stuff. You don't have to just do it for miniatures. You can do it for a lot of things. And everything I read on it, people love the stuff, so it works out well for me. But look it up. Y'all get a chance to look at what's called Modi Box.
Yeah, those boxes those boxes are pretty awesome.
Yep. And there's so many different ways you can configure them.
They also look really stackable, which will be good when they got to go in the basement, Todd.
Yeah, and you can do double-sided with a middle handle, and you can do tiered out trays that fall out from each other, and they have slides, shell boxes that go. They just got all kinds of stuff in there, and they have like 4 or 5 different. They have like a large, a medium, a small, a mini. They have all kinds of different stuff. So, and my 3D printers are 9-inch plates, my FDM printers, and I can print the large box on there, and it's great. Silver Scratch Productions. It's mini Warmutt. So Warmutt, you still on here?
Ryan.
Yeah. I'm here.
Turn your camera back on and give them another rundown.
You hear
on
me?
your paint challenge.
Yeah, we got you.
We
Turn
need
your
a
camera
station
back
break,
on.
Brian.
And give them a rundown on your paint challenge. You got put that message up.
Who's this?
Right there.
Oh, so what is the paint challenge you got going on? Just first off, it's just for fun, and it runs from September 1st to September 30th, and it's just a way to motivate you to get off your butt and paint as many minis as you can. Partially painted minis, that's included.
Are we gonna do giveaways again this year, Brian?
If YouTube allows it, they've changed some things on doing drawings. So
is it
I have to
okay?
look into that again
Oh, okay.
and see. But I do have some remaining stuff. But yeah, and I got some other stuff that's just sitting in the closet. But yeah, there's usually I do a drawing at the end of September. All I ask is to at least do an updated YouTube video or Facebook go to my Facebook group. It's in I have the link in the very first video announcing the challenge, and you can throw some pictures up there if you want or whatever. So, but yeah, it's just for fun. So that's all. Nothing major. No golden demon thing, whatever. So,
But it runs all month, right?
yeah, September 1st to the 30th, and that's it. Just have a blast and show your progress, because when I see other people doing their stuff, it keeps me motivated to do mine. So, like right now, I'm a little bit sick and tired of painting blue.
So change over to the Rebs.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Or go do what I did and go to a different period for a minute. I switched from
Yeah.
1863 to, 1600 BC.
No, just got all those. I just did all the blue trousers and all that. So, yay! I know you can't really see
They
them.
look
It's just
great,
epic.
man.
Yeah, I think those look awesome.
They're-
Not the ones you should paint.
Yeah. So, but anyways, so it's a good old assembly line stuff.
So how much
Wow.
detail are you going to paint on those? You could do the pants, do the like how many different paint colors or whatever.
Oh. I'm using the Army Speed paints. The High Lord Blue is pretty good for doing the top, and then the Cloudburst Blue is good for the top, and the High Lord Blue is good for the bottom.
Okay.
And then I will do. I actually got all the paints separated. Oh, here. And well, I'm gonna take the gray out and leave that for the Confederates now. Peachy flesh for the flesh. The grim black is going to be for the rifle stock, the barrels or whatever, and then we use German camo black brown for the boots and the backside of the rifle.
Okay.
And that's about it. So
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be doing videos of those too, right? Talking about that and all that at some point.
yeah, I'll do one video. Yep. So
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a good idea. That'd be super cool.
Hey,
Here we go.
Meandering Mike had a question real quick for Brian.
I thought I recognized that name.
oh, the brigade. What?
No, he was just asking about the giveaways because he does giveaways all the time on his channel. He's curious where you saw that. Like the YouTube
See what?
giveaway.
Oh, man,
Meandering Mike's.
that was on. Yeah,
Yeah, Mike-
Um,
Mike does giveaways a lot.
Yeah, I know. But you can't. I think you can't do that circle thing anymore.
Oh, like a
I'm gonna
spinner?
have to go. Yeah, either it's on. Check under the YouTube membership. I think it's under the membership stuff.
I mean,
I wonder if that's.
I know a lot of people do that.
I was about to say, I wonder
Yeah.
if the issue they're doing is when
No.
people sell raffle tickets, because I know people got in trouble for that because it's theoretically gambling. But I'd imagine if it's just giving stuff away, well, either way, look at it and we'll figure it out.
YouTube sees
Hey,
it.
Silvers, that's awesome, man. But yeah, then you probably don't want to be in this one because we're just Joe Blow
We-
kind of miniature painters.
Yeah, we're not good at this.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Devin, did you say something?
Yeah, I think they don't want the spinner wheels because they consider that gambling.
Yeah, that's what I think. So I don't know. Maybe fold up the papers and draw it out of the bag the old school way.
Yeah, dude.
We'll figure it out.
I like my
So-
method.
Just picking somebody?
Yeah, right. Roll a dice and pretend that I
Yeah.
rolled and pick somebody's name.
Wait a
There you
minute.
go.
You've been rigging your own giveaways
No,
this
no,
entire
no,
time,
no,
and
no,
I've
no,
never
no.
won anything?
No, that would not happen on this.
Dang, dude.
You could report him to YouTube.
Yeah, dude. Ring, ring, ring. Hello, YouTube.
Hi, don't report me to YouTube.
Hi, Mr. and Mrs. YouTube. Actually, I think it wasn't Mrs. Anyway, hi, Mr. and Mrs. YouTube.
Jeff has
There's
been
nobody
very,
talking
very
crap.
mean.
Oh, sorry, Nordic.
Who likes
Yeah.
Flames of War in the chat? Who likes Flames of War?
McMurray liked third edition.
I was a huge fan of second edition, huge fan of third edition. The rules for fourth edition just aren't my jam, and they kind of swapped up their business model to where the cool thing about Battlefront used to be the huge variety and depth of miniatures that they made. Like
Yeah.
that range was comprehensive.
Now it's about
Right.
tank.
Yes, now it's about tanks and about okay,
Someone better not be taking a piss right now.
we're gonna toss. Nope, I'm right here. I'm painting. You can see my hands.
He is. He's hard at it.
And now it's just okay. Well, we have these 3 plastic sprues. What can we put them in? That just makes me sad. So I loved that game so much. And then stuff changed, which stuff's allowed to change. Stuff changes. It's not a huge deal. It just
Yeah.
makes me kind of sad when it does. That's all.
Yeah. They
I'm
gotta stay-
allowed to be sad, Brian.
They got to stay in business.
They do.
I mean, however they think they got to do it.
Mikey. I like Mikey.
There you go, Mike. That's it. I'd say that's
That's
generally
good
the Hexy way, but Hexy does them all at once and then stops for 6 months and then does a whole bunch again. Like he's doing his whole like you're doing 2 strips right now.
Yeah.
He's going to finish it by the end of the paint challenge in 2027.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff
The first strip.
Jeff completed 2 miniatures last year and won the paint challenge.
I win it every year. I'm still waiting for my prizes.
This is my year for the hat trick, Jeff. Don't you mess with me, boy. It's gonna happen. Man,
Yeah,
I'll tell you what,
Yeah, you did win last week.
I am happy to not. You remember all the algebra I was having to do on that? I did the end of little, challenge video, and I had to have an entire one where I walked through how I calculated how far I went. Because I was like, okay, so I did 60 millimeter or 50 millimeter miniatures, which is this long, and then this, and then this, and then I did 306 millimeter miniature. Yeah, just, oh God. That was a little rough last year doing all that math.
I still have all the Flames of War kits that I bought while you guys were here. Still in their plastic wrap. It's still sitting.
I mean, you had done a bunch of Flames of War prior to us being there because you were painting 15 mil like a demon,
and I still have my freaking Bren carriers here that I need to finish up. So
which are pretty awesome.
I really need to. I got the
See me on your mic.
Say, man.
Bye, Mike.
I got
No,
the Spirit
no, he's not leaving. I'm just saying. Eminem's still here. He's not leaving. I just was agreeing with what he said about his painting standard.
Oh,
So, because I was just like, I'll just be honest. I ain't painting for you guys.
same.
Painting for myself because I'm a solo war gamer. So
It's out now,
and,
Rick.
I am painting for the good of historical miniature wargaming in St. Louis, Missouri.
yeah.
St. Louis.
Yeah, but they released it. You can see videos of stuff about it. Unless that's just pre-released still.
For what?
The Pacific and Flames War, isn't it out or is it going to be out soon? Like he says.
I
You
don't
can
know.
find some of that Great War on Amazon still, Corvinus.
From Battlefront?
Occasionally. I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, Battlefront.
They were just talking about because I was trying to find a bunch of it and it was super hard to find, and then they were gonna I thought they were gonna re-release Great War. Did that not happen?
I thought that's what they were going to do too. Is re-release it.
Like I thought it's been like a year since they were gonna do it.
yeah.
So I kind of just set it on the back burner, thinking, okay, well I'll get it when it hits stores around here. And now that you say that, I don't think I've seen any of it.
I know.
Yeah, Norty, I was buying those Flames of War starter boxes for like $40-50 a couple of years ago. and I missed out on Kasserine, and I think it was Tobruk. I think I missed out on.
I told you to buy them.
Yeah, and I regretted that, man. It's like, dang it. Like all the other ones. And now they're like $120-some or whatever. If you can find them.
$60 for a platoon of 4 anti-tank guns. That does seem like a lot of money.
Dude,
You say
that's
60?
why- that's why
Yeah.
I'm glad I bought those kits from
That's what Nordic
those
said.
3D printables.
Holy shit.
That's why I 3D
models.
print.
What was that crap that I
Yeah,
bought?
you're right, Devin.
I bought those. What were they called? Damn it!
I have a bestie that's got a printer.
You guys just hear that? I'm the bestie.
Oh, I was talking about Devin.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
well now I'm gonna walk away.
he's got a few besties that have got printers. I mean,
Nope, just you, Devin.
Devin's like,
Sure.
I don't want it. I don't want it.
Make
Who
me
wants
out
it?
to be the
Who wants
bad
it?
guy.
Yeah.
Oh, too late. Nobody's getting it.
Hey, if you need stuff printed out, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to work something out. I mean,
Yeah, McMurray will. He's a kind man with his 3D printing.
Andy's a little bit closer than I am. So.
A little bit.
Speaking of that, 172nd, those
You guys-
pictures that I sent you two guys on the Facebook,
Oh yeah.
those are okay. So Camp has it's a I guess a friend of his, a friend of theirs, her husband died, and he's got these 172nds, and these things are stacked to the brim.
Yeah.
Stuff that she wants to sell, and they're on my phone. I don't have them. So.
Hang on. Let me make up this.
But he sent me the picture of them last night, and I guess if anybody wants them on Facebook, I can send you the pictures. But I guess they're trying to sell them. So
What are they? Hasagawa, artillery,
Oh, they're everything. He's got a lot of stuff. A lot of the plastic.
everything. ESDI, Earl.
ESCI, Airfix.
Yeah.
I painted one British, or I painted a company Nord, and I threw them in the trash after I was done. That's what I do with my miniatures. I'm terrible about that stuff. I have so much miniature painting stuff and terrain stuff here and printed stuff, and just don't paint them. You know how that goes with me.
Yeah.
I like 172nd. I have a box of German Fallschirmjägers around here that I pull out every now and then and mess with.
Take
Yeah,
it
I
easy,
don't know.
Greg.
I
Don't
would-
forget that.
I wished I was into it, but I just, it's fun when I do sit down and actually paint something. I like when it gets done. I like to print it and look at the prints I get and stuff, but I'm not. I don't know. I mean, come on. I'm a hex and counter guy. That's just pretty much the way it is for me. James L., thank you, sir, for popping
You
over.
need to play a game.
Sydney.
Ooh, Sydney, nice.
Nice.
Dixie just needs to play a game.
I mean,
He's on
172nd is a
yours.
cool. I mean, you can get a lot of stuff. I mean, I found it hard to get
Oh, yeah.
terrain for it unless you're printing it. I don't know. I found it challenging. I mean, when I just kind of quickly look at
One
it.
set. Yeah, 172nd, isn't it 20 mil?
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close to 20.
I mean,
Yeah, actually, when y'all going to play some more of that Wings of War stuff? Because I do like to watch those.
Ooh, I actually, Jeff, you'll enjoy this then. I actually, a local guy here does demos for Ares and
Right.
was offering a ton of both World War One and World War II Wings of War for me if I wanted to put on demo games around here. So we might wind up being able to play a ton of that, Jeff, because that's one that's fairly simple to play over.
I didn't know they were still
what-
making that.
They started again because they had definitely stopped for a while. They
Oh.
had some supply chain issues. I feel like they're still dealing with
Yeah.
COVID supply chain issues, but
Interesting.
because they
How
are,
about the price?
well, that's the nice thing. I don't have to worry about that in that case. Other than that, they're still not bad. They're still about the same. At least they like looking at it on Miniature Market and stuff. They're not the cheapest, but they're already assembled, they're already painted, and they're already there.
They look pretty good.
They do.
I
I have
thought
a
they
ton
would-
of their ships.
I thought they would look good in 6 mil games.
Oh, the planes?
Yeah, just to use
Yeah.
them for. I mean, I guess you could use
Absolutely.
them for 15 too because they're high up or whatever, but it might
Yeah.
be a little weirder. But
Absolutely.
planes have
Actually,
always been was always a challenge for me. I could never settle on a basing because I like those magnets people use to get them up in the air. But
yep.
I remember
Actually,
going to the local air shows as a kid, when I was a kid, and they had to buy me one of the World War One fighter planes or something that they would sell at the air shows and stuff.
yeah.
I used to have quite a few of them when I was a kid. Yeah, you think back about the stuff you had as a kid that you wish you just would have kept. Everybody talks about baseball trading cards and stuff like that, but there's so many other things.
I still wish I had my innocence.
Yeah.
Well, take that up with Lisa, not us.
Yeah, James, Army Painter, that
I'm just kidding. Lisa's a delightful woman.
yeah,
You
the
leave her alone.
Army Painter dip.
I was going
That
to.
hardens up the minis pretty good. It's a lacquer. Go ahead.
Remember, what is that damn World War II set of minis that I ordered? All of them, the British, the Russians, the
March to Hell, maybe?
yeah, but they have that other set that's more detailed, and I bought 3 of them. It's the same people. It's the March to Hell people, but
Oh,
They
just
have-
one of their other campaigns.
Yeah, it's World War II, but they're more, and they're specifically 20 millimeter. I mean, you can scale them down, but they're really.
Oh, yeah, I think they just sell both scales. It's just one of their other Kickstarters that they did.
And those are really, really good. So I mean, I literally don't need to buy Flames of War stuff with
Yeah.
that. And then of course you can always use what's his name's tanks. So
Oh yeah, Bergman.
yeah,
Honestly, I really like Bergman tanks scaled up because you don't. I'm not building scale models to play games with, and so
Right.
it's pretty nice to be able to just get the files easily.
I wish
They're
I
not
had-
obnoxiously detailed. They're super easy and simple to print. Like they print in mostly just 2 pieces, which I love. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Ember.
there you go, Chuck.
Man, I'm gonna have painted 2 full chariot teams here and this other little dismounted pharaoh
Hold on.
figure.
We're gonna embiggen you. Hold on.
Aren't you glad
Me?
I went live?
Yeah, you're embiggen now. That's cool.
Look at this, Brian.
Hey,
We're doing the challenge.
Nordic. I love GHQ.
Correct.
I know it's expensive, but it's
Hey
great.
GM,
GM,
good
what's
to see
up,
you,
man? So
Yeah.
okay, that's interesting. I was curious where the tariffs landed. So it's $80 now. So that's cool. Okay.
For what?
The tariffs, they lowered it down to $80 orders are going to get hit by it because it was 600. So you're like, oh, okay, I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, well, now some orders are.
Well, except for something got fixed today because now Offensive Miniatures is shipping and stuff. All the UK miniature companies are changing, taking their banners down and shipping back to the US now.
3D breed McMurray.
But with a,
Oh, there you go.
with a charge though, right? Or no?
I don't know. The shitty thing is companies like Warlord are just going to keep that charge on there because they always do. Because Warlord just doesn't like
I guess I don't
customers
get
not
we're
in
not
the UK.
what
We're not worried
what
about
is-
them.
What's Warlord's big claim to fame? What are they? Because I don't understand that. What do they sell that everybody loves so much?
Bolt action, black powder, Hail Caesar, the Gooberness that Brian is currently painting.
Their models are,
Epic.
their models are good. Their 28 mil is really good. You got to assemble too much stuff, in my opinion, but they're good.
I'm not a huge fan of their tanks once they shifted to. I don't know if they bought out Italieri or if they just Italieri scored some sort of deal where Warlord just
interesting.
only sells Italieri tank kits now. But that goes back to I don't want to build a scale model. I want to build something that I can play with. Like I don't need to be putting the little rungs for the guys to climb up the side of the tank to get into the tank on the thing that I'm about to pick up and move.
Yeah, and
40
break off
times in a
immediately.
day. Yeah.
I think that's why I stay away from bolt action because I don't want to glue arms.
Well, you don't have to. That's the nice thing. Well,
What do you mean you don't
they sell miniatures, but the big thing is the rules.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah,
you
yeah.
bolt action ones. You got to glue the pieces together. I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
No,
Warlords models you do. My
Yeah.
point is you don't have to use Warlords models to play bolt action. It's not an IP controlled game. You can use any miniatures that are World War
Yeah.
II.
Unlike more, was it Games Workshop where you have to technically?
Yeah,
in there. And they're
Like
charging-
Games Workshop, Mantic, all that nonsense.
I
I
mean,
don't mind putting troops
wait.
on bases, but I don't want to.
wait, Mantic? I thought Mantic you didn't have to do that.
It's you got to have but where else are you going to find the units?
Mine,
It's
couldn't you
not
find
that-
that kind of stuff 3D printed all over the place.
Kinda ish.
Okay.
Like yes and no. Some of it's generic fantasy, but then some stuff is
Well, that
not quite as generic.
You mean that GM?
Drop the computer.
Draft League Commander is always a fascinating game to me. But he's going to use full thrust with them. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people doing that. Pat Connaughton does that locally here.
I've always liked their models. I thought that company has always done a good job.
I have a bunch of what was that? Spartan Games, the old company that came out with that. I have a bunch of their naval stuff right behind me because I told Brian I'd try Fantasy Naval.
Spartan.
I think Spartan Games is who originally came out with like Drop Fleet Commander and Drop Zone Commander, right? And what was their naval game?
GM will have to tell us that.
They used to have a naval game that was like real Victorian sci-fi, like Dystopian Wars. Right? Is that the same company?
Yeah, Dystopian, and now they got that. Armored Clash. Is that new one that came out now that they have?
I don't know because they got bought. Spartan Games doesn't own it anymore.
Spartan did the Armada series,
Yeah.
said Will GM.
Yeah, I really liked the Spartan sculpts for Uncharted. Or God, I just said it. What was the Victorian sci-fi naval game that they put out? Dystopian Wars.
Oh, Dystopian Wars, yeah.
Yeah, I really like their sculpts. The new ones are a little too like comic booky. Like
Dystopian
anime.
Wars was also one. Yeah, I was tempted by that one because those are cool. And then you see what British Legion would do with them. Like, come on.
Well, yeah, and again,
I
you just
know,
play.
man, he's awesome.
You play full thrust or Iron Skies with the vessels, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys have way too much knowledge about this stuff. I am so lost.
Jeff, it's just like you talking about GBACW and shit.
I know.
Yeah, I was gonna say. When you guys start talking about that, you know how quiet I am.
Your range
Like,
is
oh,
so
okay.
bad. It's not funny.
Well, I've been doing it for the better part of 3 decades now. What the fuck? I am 3 decades old. Good Lord.
Oh, you're
Right.
so ancient. I'm twice that.
You are twice that. It's just, I'm sure at 30 you had a time when you were like, wait, what? So, yes, back in the wee ages. Remember that before the Civil War when you were 30 years old? Not that I'm 30, but that's
Hey,
the point.
hey. I was
Rude.
a drummer boy. Don't even try it.
Oh, sorry. That is still my favorite joke to crack when you're talking about going to Civil War battlefields in grade school. It's like, oh, yeah, was it dangerous?
There, Donnie.
And barefoot.
Donnie, drop zone.
Yeah, there you go.
Drop zone. So,
Hang on.
What era is that? Is it sci-fi?
Yeah, it's sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sci-fi.
You just did some really
Drop
interesting
Commander.
ships with resin and some cool magnetic things where you could actually hold the units on the ships.
Yeah.
Thank you, Charles.
Okay, get rid of these.
Oh, Mike, you're a spring chicken, Mikey. I'm so much older than you. It's not funny.
Meandering Mike is a lovely fella. Big fan of Meandering Mike. I should have worn my
Okay,
shirt like
there.
Toddy. I wore my shirt to play with Toddy, didn't we? I
Yeah,
was
you
wearing my
wore,
shirt,
you wore it a lot. There you go. There you go, Mike.
I wear.
I do. Mike, I still wear. Oh, I meant to tell you that. Mike, I had. I wore your shirt out to game night to play Lion Rampant this past week, and I had somebody stop me and say, "Hey, I really liked. Are you Meandering Mike?" I was like, "No, I'm not. He's awesome. I talk to him every now and again, and by that I mean like a couple times a week." And they said they really, really liked your YouTube channel. They appreciated your playthroughs and everything, and just the massive amount of games that you have and you've played and you're knowledgeable about. All right, so yeah, there we
There
go.
you go.
Brian, what's 2 horses, 2 dudes, and a vehicle? How is that scored?
Chariot.
Yes,
Is-
GM, you may.
A chariot. I don't know.
Oh, is Chariot its own little scoring category?
There it is, Todd. Dystopian Wars. What?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this,
There you
Mr.
go.
Bird.
Hey, Brian.
Oh,
No, Brian's doing a tour of his collection here.
hey, look at
Oh, I was doing the
Yeah.
same thing.
got this from a really cool dude.
Yeah, he did.
There you go.
Dude, I packed that box to hell full of stuff, man.
Yeah.
I felt bad
Yeah,
about
he
that.
did. So, but I can't go through all this stuff. Man.
Don't now. If you disassemble your closet, remember you got to put it all back in there.
Hey, Brian, check this out.
Yeah, I know.
Life's almost over, Core.
Hold on.
I can't
Keep
see
it
what
there.
this. Yeah, zoom. Blow it up. Imperial Navy, military power of the over. Oh, that's cool.
It's for Uncharted Seas. It's their little medieval semi-fantasy game. Because then there's
Oh
here's like Vampire Guys,
no.
and then
See ya,
Ugh.
Ashley.
Oh god, I got stuff falling out of boxes, and then some orc guys. Because I told you I would try Fantasy Naval to meet you halfway.
Why don't you rotate those
That's pretty
boxes?
cool.
What do you mean?
Rotate your damn phone.
There you go. That way. There. Cool. Now we don't have to all tilt our heads.
So there's orcs.
So how about how big are those?
Yeah, I know we're all tilting sideways.
There are a
That's really
couple. They're
About 2
anywhere
inches?
from
Yeah.
like an inch and a half to 4 inches long. Kind of the same size as like the Drop Zone Commander ships in the Uncharted or the Dystopian Wars ships.
Thanks, 2000.
Cam, what's up, buddy?
But yeah,
That's cool. Yeah.
Okay, McMurray, you're showing that stuff,
Yeah.
and look now, zoom on the mine. How come you won't play this then? Why won't you play that then if you got that stuff?
because I told you I would try it.
McMurray,
I'm not,
answer
I don't,
me.
dude.
He is answering you.
'Cause it's got
I am
the word-
trying to, and you keep interrupting me.
It's the same thing. Orcs and dwarves, and it's naval.
You guys, never mind, McMurray. He's not yet listening.
Also, I can augment these guys with. I was looking at them, Todd. They're approximately 1/600
Okay.
scale. So, like my 1/600 scale, like Napoleonic ships look relatively close. So I was going to grab a couple 1/600 scale like race built galleons and stuff to augment this because I got a bunch of extra stuff from the guy for the orcs and the vampires. But these are all the like human stuff I've got. Should be fun. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll give that a shot at some point in time. I gotta paint them.
All right, gang, 2 hours. I thought
I also hit-
for a little while. It's been a good.
Yeah.
Good.
So let's hear the progress of the models painted. Jeff, how'd you do on your models?
Let's see. I threw some tan and I threw some blue or some gray.
Okay. Well, that's good.
We'll do the next one. We'll finish those up next year.
All right. So what I did is I got that game done, and I put my game I had set up on this table put away, and I started proofing Battalion Combat Series magazine. That's what I did.
You guys want to see the 6 mil I did?
Devin, you chatted. You were with us. I think that's what you did, right? So.
Well, no. Technically, I did prime a bunch of stuff. So.
Oh, okay, cool. Real quick, how do you
Yeah,
were you
yeah.
were you rattle
Yeah,
cannon or
Rattle cannon it, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, McMurray, you're up. You're main.
You got me by a
Okay.
month or two, I think. Yes.
So just tonight, I did 2 chariots. This one that's obviously a little fancier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so again, these are for playing a Bronze Age variant of Lion Rampant. Actually, Dragon Rampant because it's a little easier. It's got rules written in for multi-wound models. But then this slightly less fancy chariot, but still a fancy chariot, as well as a dismounted version of this guy. So a little Pharaoh,
Oh,
excuse
yeah.
me, Pharaoh-esque figure.
Okay.
And then here are the 6 mil Confederates that I painted today at El Game Store, which you can see some of them have butternut trousers and stuff. And so this is a stick of command strips. And then I did, I think, 5 strips of infantry, or 5 sticks of infantry. So as soon as what I'm going to need to do tonight is go toss these in the freezer so that the glue will pop easy tomorrow when I just flex it.
I forgot about that.
And then I'll get them down onto, excuse me, and then I'll get them down onto the 20 or 30 by 60 bases and start the basing process, which is really fun at 6 mil because it really makes the figures. So I've got a bunch of clump foliage I'm going to use, some different grits, a couple small tufts. I might even chuck a tree on 1 or 2 bases.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Good progress. Nice.
So that's half of the infantry, half of the Confederate line infantry. This is 6 bases worth of figures, 72 figures done. Is that right? That doesn't seem right. 4 times 6 is 24. Yeah, that's way more than 72. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more than 20. It's more than 72 figures. That's fine. Doesn't matter. It's 144 figures. But There you go. No, this is a stick. This is a stick. These are strips. But anyways, so yeah, Jeff, you be excited, Jeff. This is probably a third of the Confederate forces, the Confederate side that I need to paint for the challenge. Tomorrow I'm going back to game night to paint some more.
You drag
With
all your
some-
paint down there with you?
I just have a little box that I carry the paints I'm going to use.
All right.
And they have. Can you use the stuff they have there too, just to fill in
can.
like if you forget one?
You absolutely can. I actually just realized while I was painting up these Egyptians that I left my leather brown there.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out when I was packing up, like these paints are not quite as densely packed as they usually are. They're usually pretty tight, but so I
Mighty
guess tomorrow I'll have
Box
to go
paint
find
that I
that.
showed you, the Mighty Box kit, they also have trays in there to hold all your different paint type of bottles.
Well, that's pretty awesome. That's actually really awesome.
All right,
Especially
Warmutt.
because I've mainly switched over to these dropper bottles instead of the GW style stuff.
Did you paint anything tonight while we chatted, or did you just mahi mahi?
Oh no, I painted. I got all these to paint. I got
Yeah,
all
but
that.
what'd you paint while we were on tonight? You didn't paint those tonight. Oh yeah, all the
Just the
pants,
trousers,
all the pantaloons.
all the pants. That's all I did.
Cool.
And
That's
then
good.
the last 20 minutes, I kind of like. So it's bedtime for me, man.
Yep, we're heading out. I just want to get the rundown. All right,
Yeah.
Jeff, you're up, man. You close it
Yep.
out.
Yep. So, hey, well, before we do it, Deb, is there any L&L updates that the world needs to know about that you know of?
We, from a game production standpoint, not right now. David's holding off on making any comments. Although we are going to be getting back to Friday Night Friendly Fire.
Cool.
With Jeff and Keith. End of September. I don't know who. I'm just leaving it up to Keith to choose who the opponent is this time. I think they're trying to get one of the guys from the Player Aid or maybe somebody else. So as soon as we'll GM for food. L&L drink. No, this isn't. We're not.
Wrong show. Wrong show, bro.
But as soon as I know anything, I'll post it on Facebook and put it out.
Okay. I did get an email from Jester that I'm sure he sent it out to a bunch of people. If he wants to start looking for more guests to be on the show, Mikey, I'm sure you probably got one. I don't know if that's a foreboding of stuff or what, but I'm always, and of course I'm always available for you guys too. If Jeff wants to kick my ass around the map again, but I'm always willing to. I've had, like I said, Stigler. He contacted me the other night. He had some rules questions about first victories.
Okay.
I spent about an hour and a half on the phone with him or on the Facebook phone.
Nice.
So, I got the club championship coming up this weekend. What I live for every year, so I'm hitting the golf ball really well right now. So I'm looking forward to that. Hope I play as good as I had the last couple of weeks. Game wise, so you all are done AMFS. Todd, you're still messing around. No, you just took it down. I'm through the halfway point of Rock of Chickamauga. As soon as that's done, I want to put Gettysburg 77 advanced up with the newer rules, but I also want to play Inflection Point, BCS. I really, 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 really want to play that, but I promised myself that it was probably going to be ACW for the rest of the year. I'll try to throw a little paint when I can, but that's where I'm standing right now. I don't really have anything else going on. Todd, what are you fixing to play next? I know you're going to play some Pathfinder with your buddies.
I got ASL on Wednesday. We're doing glider landings. We're doing you and I are doing GBACW on Saturday. Hopefully with Ross again. We're gonna get into contact at New Bern. So watch for that disaster for me. Something else I missed. Oh, and I've started a Pathfinder campaign, so we play someday, and I got to prep for that because it's our first one. So
And that's replacing your D&D, right? You all are done with
yeah,
D&D.
same GM. This is gonna be a much shorter campaign, probably. But
Right. Brian, no, I haven't seen any Zombicide. What are you going to pop up? What are you sticking with now?
Yeah, I'm hoping to have Zombicide up for this Saturday. Get back on. I'm on the last mission of Toxic City Mall, and then I move on to Rue Morgue, totally different season. And I gotta get back on the swing of that. Just I've been away for a little bit. So, and then just paint. Just paint, and you'll see more You're gonna see a little bit more one-page rules here again. So
I know you like that.
yeah,
I know you
I'm
like
having a
Old Creek
blast
Pass.
with it. Yeah, I love
Andrew,
it.
you playing anything?
And
this
coming
week?
across those historical armies now, it's like, oh, cool.
Andrew, you playing anything this coming up weekend?
I don't know if I'll be playing anything. I'm playing I don't know. I don't know if there's Todd, is there a Big Muddy thing this weekend at all? I don't know. I don't.
No, I think the St. Louis board gamers are doing their thing at the miniature market on Saturday. I think.
Oh, then yes, there is a Big Money thing, I guess, tomorrow. So I'll probably play a game there or stop by and say hi. I don't know if I'll play anything. I'm still I'm intimidated by that flat pack. I want to play the Gondor game, but I am intimidated by that flat pack. So maybe I'll pop that open in a minute or so here once we're done and see how much of a disaster it is inside of there.
Yeah, get that out because that's gonna be interesting to look at that. We'll have to figure something. I don't know. Maybe you need to buy a 3-inch GMT box or something.
Yeah.
Because I'm slowly moving on mine. I've got all my Terrible Swift Sword, a lot of my SPI games out from those flat trays. You know, it's nice to have that memorabilia, but those things, they're just so ragged. Even the ones
They
that I
suck.
picked. Yeah, I just moved them into 3-inch boxes. So,
What do you do with the maps?
okay. So I have two options. I'm able to, you can get all the SPI games from the archive and you can print them. I have a plotter, so every now and then I'll print one. If not, I refold them, and you got to be careful with those old SPI maps because they're a little more rigid than just printing something on plotter paper. So
Yeah.
but,
Fair.
all right, hey, all y'all out there, appreciate y'all popping on here tonight. I know for a little while there we were up over 30 actually, so that's pretty good. A lot of
Holy
faces
smokes.
that I haven't seen RBT in a while. GM, thank you for popping on here, brother, and our gentleman there from down under the land of Oz. I got to give a kid about something here too. Look for us Saturday night playing GBA CW.
Thanks for coming on, Devin.
And look for more Mutts videos and new miniature stuff, and keep your eyes out for Devin. You never know what Devin's going to pop up. So
yeah, I'm kind of like a cold sore. You never know when I'm going to show up.
right.
Nice.
All right, gang. Thanks everybody, and we'll see y'all next time.
See y'all.
Peace.
See ya.
See you guys. Later, guys. See you, Polly.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See ya.